Ken on point. We've seen a lot of different teams from Dobby recently, so interesting to see the Ken return. Oh, and the Katsu assist for Evil Ryu.
He's put quite a few very strong players into a hole with this Ken team, so it's got the merit. And NickBad, I've never seen play Saki outside of testing, so...
But he has played Hinata assist and has been doing an amazing job on confirming off of it. Oh, the Shuto? Caught an assist, Evil Ryu bleeding there. That is a scary situation when you see that much red life on your assist, and then NickBad hitting with that air dash S and going to do a lot of damage to Ken. Does she clear him out? Not quite. Oh no, the dry tag the Evil Ryu lost so much red life.
Ooh,
but Dobby has a plan. Manages to get NickBad all the way into the corner.
Oh my god, the stall perfectly got them into position. OTG, and this is going to be very low scaling.
NickBad doing great with just the general space control with Saki, has been very aware of the positions that Dobby wants to move into and putting hitboxes in them, but Dobby now ready with the Strider 2099, being a little bit harder to predict, and gets the confirm off of the trade. Brilliant stuff to Dobbilicious.
Goes up, gets the height just where he wants it, bring it down, Legion. And this should hopefully... Never mind, Legion sucks.
Darn. I think that the higher your MS is, the more likely it is for you to believe that Legion sucks.
And
like, it betrays you higher. Ooh. And now, Dobbilicious recovering red life with Strider, but maybe not for long. NickBad has the hit on Ken. Going to get the bounce into the super. That's more than enough to kill, and is going to have an incoming mix-up on 2099. Slight meter advantage to Dobbilicious.
And I say this, Hinata has been my anchor for a very long time, and X, she is obscenely strong. Everything becomes super safe.
The more speed your character gets in X Factor, the better your life likely is, and Hinata in X Factor is a speedster. She gets through there. Dobbilicious getting a game on the board, making sure that Hinata doesn't clear them out this game. Strider 2099 able to do the work, but even with that good shot from NickBad against the assist, is going to have to... Oh, the drop from Dobby means NickBad has more chances with Saki.
Oh. Taken out.
And going into super, is there a DHC? Decides to leave. Brings in Yun. The Carnage in is real. Oh, going for some shoulder, some elbows. Oh, and what a great cross through by Dobbilicious, getting in there, but doesn't manage to get the dash, and because of that, the OTG whiffs, and Evil Ryu is going to spend the meter without getting the kill and gets punished, but this beam is going to chip Yun something fierce. Great fireball placement to control that dive kick by Dobbilicious. But NickBad definitely, his Saki has been doing really well at just like succeeding in neutral. So let's see if the continuation of Saki plus Hinata assist is able to make it work. Oh, gets the hit. Got under the Tatsu there. How do you feel about her actually managing to avoid the Tatsu instead of blocking it on that fall?
It's very much the powerhouse option of Saki. She's tiny, and she has a lot of, I mean a lot of micro dashes. You can make them work, they're very powerful, but they definitely fail at times to get you out of every situation.
Being small is such a blessing in fighting games. Not being a giant hurt box to interact with makes your life so much easier. Both players have X Factor, and great confirm by NickBad. Let's see what Strider 2099 eating on incoming. Dobbilicious going to be able to potentially clear out this Hinata, and with that, Dobby going up 2-0 against NickBad. Though that confirm from NickBad's Hinata there with X Factor had been beautiful to bring it down to the anchored versus anchor battle.
Something worth mentioning is Hinata got a level 3 last patch. And considering her medium Tatsu will ground opponents from the air, you have a very reliable entry point to it.
Ooh, and with this, the bounce is on deck, but NickBad is ready for the second TAC. The kick will go through. Not quite. It went through most of it, but didn't actually get far enough to hit Saki. But Dobbilicious is Ken neutral, just working out afterwards. They are maintaining pressure effectively. The dive kick's coming in from NickBad.
Ooh, absolutely stops the lows of that option.
Ooh, and great sweep, able to get the hit from a decent distance.
Oh no.
But Dobby uses their crouch light, showing that even though Yun was substantially better in third strike, in this game, Ken has a lot of advantages, but NickBad bring it back, saying that that third strike power is worth it. Coming in. And kills off Yun. Dark Hinata? Okay, you said since you like Hinata as an anchor, oh, I bet you like her even more when she gets the hit on their mid-character.
Then go medium, take it to the ground. Oh, he's going to stay to the air super. It's not going to kill, though. It's really weird, so...
Invest the X Factor. Now Evil Ryu has to come in and eat the mix.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm going to be really careful about throwing out slow options while you're underneath Evil Ryu.
Oh, geez. Oh,
yep,
got
everything
the hit,
combos now. Oh, no. No, the slide will combo at max range while you're in X3, and it goes under most of those options. Oh, that's way too late.
That was a tragedy, but now the same tragedy hits Dobbilicious.
Oh,
the super comes out.
Oh, no.
And the Hadouken is the thing to seal it out. Taking that last chunk of her life, and with that, Dobbilicious too strong this evening, sending NickBad to the lower side of the bracket and moving on in winner's side 3-0.
About that's the Carnage team.
Indeed, I really appreciate. I feel that War Machine Captain Marvel is an ideal set of supports to have for a character. You have access to Beam, you have access to install DHCs, but Xeno getting these hits to get us started with that US agent. Shogundo, the first one to turn it into something major though, goes straight into super. This is gonna be some damage. DHC into the proton cannon. But US Agent falls right through, and then gets hit by the reset. That overhead, just too fast. Moonstone, really? Great anchor character, though. How do you feel about her with X Factor 3 and 3 meters? And a hit.
All you need. So Shogundo was doing the right thing. Something about War Machine is he's a very strong toolkit for slowing down opponents to match his speed. But Xeno, just so good at, mostly, so good at staying in the high offense environment.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, spaghetti? And never mind. Genius play.
One of the things that's really good about War Machine is his ability to wall out with normals. He has those big repulsor style buttons with his Air H and Air S, and is very capable of keeping every character at a distance like that. That was farther than any of Moonstone's buttons could reach, and then also did a chunk of damage while hitting her, and could have confirmed her potential death.
And
okay, armor activated.
He has a great potential to always get just a little bit of chip damage. Putting him into gold armor isn't really a guaranteed beat against Moonstone, but means that there's just no way that you can't take some damage, which makes it really hard for a solo anchor.
And the jabs worked out until he is done. Captain Marvel, okay, let's see. These two characters used to be more similar and have diverged over time. Let's see if Captain Marvel or Moonstone is going to be able to make this happen. Moonstone is not quite within chip range. Oh, but they are within throw into blast range, and Shogundo takes the first game against Xeno, going up 1-0.
And a lot can be said about Shogundo. They've been changing teams quite a bit. I think they're trying to put it together what they like to play. For a while, I'd say they were closer to a keep-away specialist, but this Blitz-style team is doing them nicely.
Getting in there with the beam and big head in order to get that work done. And definitely agreed with you that they've diversified their playstyle, and I think that's something that's helpful for all players. If you only play in one way, trying out playing in the other ways helps you figure out how to play in all ways better, even if you end up going towards more of what you had appreciated. Ooh.
Wow,
and the confirm.
Worked. Oh,
the confirm was almost there. Oh, great block. Air block in order to not deal with that high-low mix. Does Poseidon to just get out of there. Level 3. And the counter on deck for level 3. No! If he had just let the counter rock, Xeno would have been fine. Maybe he double tapped it. Sometimes there's a thing that could happen in Marvel where you do one quarter circle or whatever and you tap the buttons twice for the super and then it DHCs once and it DHCs again. I think that was just like tragedy Xeno, but then he's... Oh my gosh, War Machine gets to live.
A lot of tragedies here. That is unfortunate.
Oh, but now Xeno ready for this, has the advantage, has the meter, has characters on lock. Red She-Hulk will go down, but US Agent has a double jump on incoming to make things easier. Or he could swing and then get hit. Shogundo X-Factoring the confirm to keep it fast and simple. But now Moonstone against Captain Marvel again. Didn't get their super jump. Oh, these blitz blows are fast. But it looks like Xeno has the confirm on deck, and with that, the end of Captain Marvel. It's come down to the anchor battle of these 8-way air dashers in both battles. Let's see if that continues to be the trend, or if somebody starts sweeping, or how this ends up working out.
Ooh, X Factor? A little bit of a panic situation. Let's see if Shogun's natural instincts will take him through this problem, though.
Getting the hit's a great way to start it. Uses that X-Factor damage bonus time well, and as long as he doesn't fall through here, is able to kill off the US Agent. Uses all the X-Factor time, but now has a full character advantage. No meter on deck, though, in order to fight this powerful force of Xeno with Moonstone and Red She-Hulk.
Ooh, tried to block.
For those who don't know, Moonstone's fastest low is her crouching medium. Her crouching light does not hit low. So she's a character that you need to treat a little bit like MODOK or Nova, where you need to be blocking high because their overheads are very fast. Oh, but great job with this full screen game.
Yes, I sometimes compare Carnage to Ken, where like you have offense to create defense as your big specialty.
Being able to put that fear in them is part of keeping yourself safe. And this old bad girl, let's go. Get some fire on screen. Now she's the one with the zoning tool. Haha, it must feel so good to go from being a melee character to having all this stuff that you could put on screen. It's just like, oh, this was how it felt.
Oh, these staggers. The access to the Soul Bad mix is just insane. Oh, can keep himself safe. That's so unfortunate.
And with that, Xeno goes up 2-1 against Shogundo. Looks like Shogundo had that first game, but then Xeno's been making adjustments, and the adjustments have been working.
Capcom 3. That's right. The third chapter. The superheroes are all here.
Carnage did not get buffed recently, but he is in the process of getting adjusted. Kali Kings has been gracious enough to let some of the people who have like very in-depth game knowledge do some work on the characters. Recently, Venom's one who got a lot of work from Glass, and Glass is also reworking Carnage at the moment.
Oh man, I cannot wait for a full screen flashless super coming to Carnage.
I do not think Glass will be giving that to Carnage, but we'll see what happens, because who knows, there may be all kinds of things going on.
Shout out to the modern homies. All these modders are fantastic artists, and they love to spend time. Just fantastic people.
And this time, it looks like the adjustment that Shogundo made was to go to the shoulder cannon. Ooh, and has the jump cancel combo. Nice stuff, Shogundo. But with the War Machine now being on a beam, is this gonna catch? It catches, but then the corpse of Captain Marvel saves him. She was a homie even when she's not doing an attack. Lots of
I'd like to see a
hypercharging
little
stars.
bit more backup blocking with Carnage.
Okay, and getting in there has the pressure with the US Agent, but the triple crouch light works for War Machine.
Oh.
Xeno ready to throw out that overhead. Shogundo not ready to block it. And resets after the TAC. This is very likely to be the end of War Machine, just a question of how many resources get used. The resource is a reset. How do you feel about using the resource of a reset?
If it works, you get a humongous lead. It's sure a gamble, but this is the kind of game that promotes its play sometimes, so I gotta let it rock. It's not a bad idea, always.
Ooh, and those beams doing the shit. When Captain Marvel is both in X Factor and in Install, she cooks everything. Oh my gosh, this is just going to be a swift end to Moonstone. This is looking scary. Either player could take this. But the confirm was not on deck. Got the hit. Level 3 is available. But doesn't get the OTG that time. Unfortunate for SHOGUNDo.
Oh, into the...
Level 3? Okay, the Dempsey roll is clearing out so much of Captain Marvel's health, and the follow-up after this is going to be the rest of it. No, leaves her at a pixel.
That was too early.
That was with some belief, SHOGUNDo, playing with the heart of a Ken player or something. But unfortunately for SHOGUNDo, Xeno was ready to hold back, didn't get caught by the level 3, wasn't mindlessly pursuing offense, and with that, Xeno is going to move on in the winner's side, while SHOGUNDo moves on in the learner's side of the bracket. Also, things noted Jill. Talbain is an amazing damage engine if you DHC into him, and also has multiple decent assists, and the pressure with Hinata is immediate getting in there against Thing.
One weird thing about that Tatsu cancel after the rush punches is different bodies will have a lot of issues. That, on the other hand, works on everybody.
I think... Oh, I think that they weren't able to DHC into Talbain there, and that ended up costing them, because I think the Talbain DHC would kill Thing at this point, because it's such a high damage extender. Oh, but it looks like the Hinata is doing the work, didn't need to bring in Talbain. Talbain gives emotional support from the opposite side of the screen. He's like, look at the cool things I could do with my nunchucks.
Drop the jump loop, but it's all good. Everything combos of Hinata if you stay in that groove where the pressure is very, very high.
And that dash under to dash back by BLACKxAKATSUKI was such good mix. JakValentine going in with the big armored tools, putting out giant hitboxes and immediately X Factors, but BLACKxAKATSUKI getting around the normal, hitting the jump loop. Like, it's amazing. BLACKxAKATSUKI playing from Louisiana, like much farther east than a lot of people in our bracket, and still does such amazing work at just like hitting their combos in so many situations. And the post level 3 extension.
That's the new buff, and it is pretty sizable, as you can see.
Yeah, being
you have
able
a microsecond Hamon to OTG. You can also call an assist if it's really fast. Or expect cancel.
It's that Dante life where after you're level 3, you're like, level 3 has invulnerability, and I could confirm off of this. This is great. Ooh, and it took some hits in neutral, but it looks like BLACKxAKATSUKI has this confirm on the Thing, has brought him to the corner, has tons of meter on deck, and wonder which resources will get used. Ends up catching there, goes into the Talbain DHC, and Thing is 100% dead. Oh no, didn't get their second nunchucks. Oh, but Colossus is a meaty man. He managed to survive that and gets to play neutral again, which is very fortunate for JakValentine. But I think that's going to be the last chance he gets, because BLACKxAKATSUKI getting the knockdown. Oh, ends up going into the Super Beast cannon after the drop. That way he doesn't need to eat a combo for dropping his combo. Good stuff. And now Colossus goes down. Ooh!
X Factor!
And the level 3?
It's a lot of bluster, but not that much confirmability.
It is very fast, though, and very hard to interact with. But Talbain, it looks like Akatsuki getting the work done there. I'm very lucky. I had worse uses of meter, and then BLACKxAKATSUKI showed me better uses of meter with that character. Talbain is so scary and just such a threat. But it looks like Hinata has really been the one doing the work this set. She has been getting these hits, getting the knockdowns, and able to just like do damage. Doing over 700k here.
One more after this, I think, required. Never mind.
Sakura making that cameo.
And yeah, the timing for that cross-up. You have a couple different variations. You can use the autocorrect rush punch, you can use slide, or you can even, like, jump soccer ball.
Oh, got the throw, but the follow-up for Colossus is a little bit questionable. Oh, and this time there won't be... Colossus gets the hit. Is this going to be the end of Hinata? Instead, she gets another chance to live, and we have seen how threatening this character is when she lives. Decides to bring in the Talbain.
Oh, that pickup was perfect.
Gets the confirm. Oh, but now X Factor's out. Thanos, definitely a character who could end lives real quick. Ooh, but this is going to be in BLACKxAKATSUKI's favor. Has the hit, goes into level 3, and clears out Thanos with the silhouette. And with that, BLACKxAKATSUKI takes it 3-0 over JakValentine, sending JakValentine to the learner's side of the bracket, while BLACKxAKATSUKI moves on in winner's side. Great work to both players.
The funny thing about those silhouettes is that, like, a lot of modders have started to use it for the level 3s.
And Ultron, the more recent addition to CaptainBackpak scene, but also Iceman coming back out. He had played Iceman more previously, but ooh, getting in there, hits Bishop. But it looks like ShinyVonDitto is going to be able to turn it into some damage first. Unfortunately, Bishop's normal is just not quite working out, and then the parsec delay in trying to get that confirmed. Is this going to get the punish? It does not, but the Let It Snow or Arctic Attack is one of those things that lets Iceman get in relatively safely. It's very hard to punish that move.
And yeah, that's actually a cool use of the Ultron as a buffer for the zoning. Oh, that is not safe, but it didn't get a hard punish.
Ooh, and VonDitto getting this confirmed, has access to the Ultron assist, but CaptainBackpak, the first one to seal out a character, getting rid of Bishop, and gets a slide to protect his homie Ultron. When you see your assist getting hit, be ready to protect them. It's one of the most important strengths to develop in Marvel, is how to disincentivize people from just murdering your assists.
Get the extend. One more.
Okay, with DHC, will this be enough? I think that Ultron, because he has 1 million, just lives through this. And CaptainBackpak taking the second character down too. S.T.A.R.S Jill, definitely a type of character that can make it through this. She is a great anchor, good user of resources, and has the hit, and having the hit makes every anchor better. Oh no! No! YTAC! Oh!
Got some X Factor time, so you'll take the blessings when you can find them, but she still has enough for another hit.
Hayato has tools to get in on incoming. Ooh, and gets the hit. Oh no, the X Factor made them pass through. That is a scary situation. The throws on deck. I don't think that this is the path that you do to kill, but VonDitto may have a good reset coming. Goes with the guns. Now it's definitely only one more hit for S.T.A.R.S Jill to take this. But the level 3 from Backpack on Wake Up sees the guns coming, reacts, and is able to take out ShinyVonDitto's anchor. That was great stuff. Nice work to CaptainBackpak.
And really just making great use of the tool set of Hayato's supers. The Shockwave, the Rushing Slash, and that, plus the pop-up ball. It means that really, if you have Bar as an anchor, has an option for all occasions.
Having lots of options is good. Invulnerable ones are great. And it's been nice to see ShinyVonDitto picking up this Bishop. Definitely a character not heavily represented in the ecosystem. But looks like CaptainBackpak didn't get the confirm they desired either. Both of them have been having their stuff just not quite work out, so characters have gotten extra chances to live. But not enough for Bishop to survive here. Ultron staying in against Ultron, going for that mirror. Got the stand H but no confirm, and ShinyVonDitto, the first to get a solid confirm in the Ultron mirror, is going to be able to kill off Ultron and bring in that Iceman.
Ooh, nice reset. That's going to put a lot more damage into this combo now.
Dill is going to need it to use a decent amount of resources if they want to kill. Invest the level 3. Besides, Iceman is enough of a problem that they need to be gotten rid of. And invest the level 1 afterwards. I agree with this. Even if it takes 4 bars, kill the character.
I just have one last problem. Oh, didn't X-Factor that, but didn't get punished for it too hard. Unleashing full voice of Xeno here.
Yes. He's fast and powerful. Oh, and hits
God.
with it! The
What a
confirmed
trade.
top of the world.
Oh, too late. But it's fine. Miss hit. He's got half
Okay.
X. This is enough for a kill. Ooh, in the
And
dive.
the dive knee worked out. General reaction, thank you for subscribing at tier 1 for 56 months on a 53-month streak. But, oh, dove into the bullets. That was a tragedy for Backpack. Let's see if they will get another chance. Gets
Pick
the
up on the
hit.
low here. Picks up once
Okay.
more. 5 bars. Anything. And oh. Did they commit? They did not.
And that time, ShinyVonDitto blocked out the level 3 and is going to be able to tie it up 1-1 against CaptainBackpak. Yo, general reaction checking the match arena. Thank you, wonderful people who take a look at the match arena when you come into a thing. Y'all are the ones who make it so communities can function, and it is appreciated. Oh, but it feels like even though Backpack and VonDitto have this Ultron, Ultron has been a character in the VonDitto arsenal for a bit longer, but Backpack's still getting some of these hits in the mirror.
Try to drone it. That was risky.
And with that, Bishop comes back in. Let's see if Iceman's able to get a good hit here against Bishop. Instantly does so. Makes some snow. Let's see what he does to try and control this Bishop.
Wow, conditions. Some classic Shoto play there.
Yeah, when you know they want to get in and you just stick out that normal to interrupt their dash. Good stuff. Oh, had the beginning of the setup. But there is a substantial meter advantage. Oh, is this going to catch her? It catches
That's
her
so much
for half her
damage.
life.
Oh, caught.
Ooh, and ends up DHCing, but that means S.T.A.R.S Jill is in at around half health. Hayato can kill her off of a single hit if he gets it. Oh, X-Factors, and X-Factor in to get hit, one of the challenging situations that could happen in this game.
Oh no, that's not what he wanted. Backpack got another chance for this.
Okay. Backing up and using the beam.
And full rush
Backpack with the
that.
punish. All the sides.
Oh no, it's a little too far. There's access to Shockwave if they want to get the chip here. DP will get them over. Never mind.
No X available for
Oh, the cross.
Backpack anymore.
He didn't use the follow-up. That would have killed. Oh,
Nice blocks by Backpack here until there. That was VonDitto putting in that additional pressure with the tri-jump S and going to be able to clean out this Hayato, going up 2-1 over CaptainBackpak in this excellent set. Okay, using the Grenade OTG, but unfortunately no assist behind. CaptainBackpak gets the confirm with Ultron, knocked down into the corner, and is going to go into beam. That leaves Bishop in a space where he can be one-touched. Oh, but he may try to one-touch some characters himself. Hits with the backside of Ultron's jump M because all of his hitboxes hit behind him. But this is going to be, oh, the confirm into the Bishop loops? Not quite.
oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, great Death Ray. Knew that VonDitto wanted to do something to either get Bishop out or try to get some hitboxes on screen. But ShinyVonDitto getting in there with the Ultron of his own, going to be able to kill off Ultron and bring out that Iceman.
Iceman has been the excellent buffer in the situation. Builds a good amount of bar and does the damage, but I feel like Backpack's running a little bit less efficient with each time that Von Doom learns this match.
Ooh, and then decides, oh,
Like-
the orb was just off in timing. And
Oh my
good throw
God.
by VonDitto. That was in the middle of the cross-up, and now...
Wait, wait.
Ooh. the falling S connects. It's a reset because as CaptainBackpak got to the ground, that overhead instantly catching, going to kill off Hayato, and now it's all up to Iceman. He has almost 3 meters, but he does not have X Factor to work with. But he might not have a life bar to work with.
Probably gonna be enough here. Never mind. DHC, yeah, he gets the right height. Oh my god, he got the buffer again.
And kills off just before the use of meter. With that, ShinyVonDitto going to take it 3-1 over CaptainBackpak. Some great games, and it's nice to see Backpack bringing out that Ultron and also the clutch that they bring with their Hayato so consistently.
And we can always say that if he's this good now, give him a month or two, and it'll be even more terrifying.
Oh, and it looks like JakValentine.
Previously, Isicera had ran that team with Jam Session, but this Hunk assist does a really good job of serving a similar purpose. What you're really looking at with the team she's built is Hunk is a powerful buffer, does good amount of damage to every target, can easily snare kills, and just really good on building up some bar for Talbain to work on, as well as providing easy approaches. He does a lot of the opening so Talbain can strike the kills. And his Dobbilicious secret is very much this. You just have to dismantle it. Oh, great connect on the assist. Strider just bleeding right now. Dragon Cannon. Beam, keep it safe. Had access to the cross-up. Dobbilicious, somewhat overran by the power of all that spent bar. Back into the offense. Great assist pressure. The DP. Sometimes things are just as simple as they appear. Has to use this the off the ground option. Going to pick him up. 1 down. Legion to just tag the assist. Onslaught just so mighty he didn't die there, but that's a lot of damage. Now Isicera gets the full force rep here. Destroying Strider in a single strike. This is the Tatsu for escape, X Factor, and now sneaks behind. Truly a waltz of offense. And with this good connect, if he can finish it off, Onslaught gonna lose a lot of life and be put into the blender. Oh, faded a little high, but that actually works. Oh my god, still catching. Dobbilicious making great use of that large hitbox. In this case, Dobby always going to be forced to play out of situations like this. Hunk very much a specialist at getting that first damage. Sneaks out, unable to get a full birthday. Isicera managing to find their nonsense to an end here, but... Ooh. Dobby looking for that DH2. Isicera coming in just a little too fast, and once again puts the sandwich. We are down to Evil Ryu. This character, a wonderful anchor for his lethal quantities of damage and X. And now Dobby just going to play at the fastest pace he can. Knows that if he gets the hit, but Isicera ready. Doesn't want to see the mix, just break through it. And Hunk, also a crazy X Factor character.
Player 2 wins. Get ready to brawl. Fight.
Dobby letting rip another Tatsu. Got a lot of life for that hit. Waits for the assist call, relying on his face defense, and that wonderful Strider option. Just forcing as much as he can out of any of the situations. Gonna try and break through, but oh my god, Beast Cannon in Dark Force. Just not something that can be contended with. Now Strider already fixed into the anchor position, but this may not even live. Isicera has access to an X-Factor route if she needs it. May not even, though. Dark Force lets it drop. Tries to set it up. Dobby splits reactions. Going to find himself out of that terrible mix-up. Oh, it's a little too late. And Isicera saw the gap, knows the frame data. And pulls up a third insane.
Fucking have fun.
We've seen Saki before, so maybe a bit different though. Ed, a very prolific player for his timings and keep away. However, Xeno still questioning if he's going random or not, but this US agent, a perfect tool for bull rushing through a lot of this keep away game. Has good damage, some anti-projectile options available. And oh, rely on the counter. Doesn't do that much damage, but if you have that little health, it doesn't matter. Sets up the orb barely catching Moonstone as she brushed. And Saki, very non-traditional zoner. Has those powerful H button inputs as well as either forward moving normals that do combo or single hit normals that don't. Conversely, Moonstone, much more traditional, just going to rely in that powerful momentum-based game. But if there's one thing you could rely on is Ed's beams hit where they need to, and so close to a kill again. Cross up insanity. A grounded character like Red Shield forced to block, and Ed just taking the most advantage. Relying on the grenade. Doesn't want to get too close because this is what happens. If you are in the situation of Ed, you have to look for a lot of things, rushing rolls, possible overheads, or even bait into super. If they can build the space, it gets better, but until that, the power of US Agent just makes this a very tough matchup for Saki. And ooh, caught both. Huge amount of damage. Onslaught was the character able to slack it off for the first hit, and this X-Factor going to make it so much better. It goes into the reps. And just in time for Red She-Hulk not ruin that party, Ed going to hold his own and DP on command. The situation, it's not simply a matter of killing here, but just trying to put Xeno into an early X-Factor. He still doesn't have bar, and oh, doesn't even have the chance.
Player one wins.
Welcome to the world of Marvel.
Xeno gonna swap it up.
Capcom 3. The world's greatest heroes are all here. Lay claim to your glorious victory. Great choice.
Sentinel choosing a stronger, faster air presence than his last team. Moonstone good, but with the accessibility of Marvel to Sentinel, Xeno was granting himself the ability to stay airborne for most of these fights of Saki. Still a big target, but increased mobility, fantastic confirmability. Gonna give him just a lot more rushing power here, and catches the Cyclops. Almost catches Saki. And that extra HP showing how useful it can be here. Just bull rushing everything. Calling the assist, gets the connect. Saki pretty difficult to pick those up. Relying on the counter again. But no kill. Means there is such a high risk now of this being the end for Saki as she has been checkmated. Now Leon gonna lead the front. Let Sentinel heal up. Really does have the tools to break apart Cyclops' patience. Thank you so much, Oblivion. That's tier 1 for 2 months. We appreciate so much, Omi. And Xeno, gonna put a lot of respect on that Onslaught. Just holding the far screen. Ed overcommitting to these counter choices. Now this time it looks like it's going to be Xeno who forces Ed into an early pops, not optimal X Factor 3, but it's all you can do to start breaking apart this momentum. Catching X Factor pickup. At any range you can pick up a character as big as Onslaught, but that drop giving Ed the chance he probably didn't deserve, but it's all good. Xeno. No drive harder than this one. Puts one on the board. Doesn't even look like he was too scratched. And happy little Xbox. It's been a little. Thank you, friend. Now Ed really had the lay of the land before, but it is up to him to really start to read where Xeno is going, because this runaround is being so powerful. The fact that he didn't kill Sentinel earlier was one of the pivotal factors in why he lost later. He can spend the super, doesn't have to worry about safetiness, but comes down at the pan. Xeno's presence of mind and focus being everything he needs. Good catch. Oh, barely doesn't catch. Going to rip the DP here, I think. Oh no, he's committed to the low. Excellent read on the throw there. Turning any super bar into a powerful burst throw option. And now he's just got so much life. Still a full rage She-Hulk and a decent little bit of that Sentinel. Ed definitely playing from a back here. Going to trade against a very durable super. That is not going to work. And now, I think only for shortage of bars, Xeno might not be able to get the kill there, but this is going to be real close. Never mind. Last connect does a lot more damage with that new special. And we're up to a 2-2 situation. It didn't look this way before, and now Xeno feels like he is in control. And Ed is struggling to make major moves. Now choosing to run Cyclops is the point. Saki also a very good assist character. And options on options here. It's both players releasing their keep away tools, but not a lot of life going to be left on Cyclops after that spring. Ooh, an overcommit gets caught on the foot. Cyclops, is Ed going to let him go? There's some DHC here. And yeah, there just wasn't an option. Xeno was threatening hurting the character coming in from the DHC. So I just let Cyclops go, but now Saki is going to have to take a lot of this weight. It's a good start. Starting to really build this bar too. Okay, for all of these multi-hitting beams, really knows how to start to optimize it, but oh, this is very bad. Gonna get a lot of damage on Onslaught. Ooh, he's gonna fall through, always. And Leon's unfortunate issue, DHing, giving Ed another chance here. Optimally kills, gets the mix-up position he wants, has access to the X, but Xeno doesn't care that it's not as protected as the old one, just lets it rip. And thank you, Dr. Watson, 11 viewers coming in as Ed gets sent to the lower bracket. What a play, Xeno. Welcome one and all. Have you, my fine Marvel-loving friends, considered heading over to start.gg? Looking at our forward defense in how many options you can pull for cross-ups and just orbs and things. But this is definitely a rushdown focus team.
Get ready to brawl. Fight!
Best X. Ooh, Dragon Cannon gonna blow up the Strider assist. Akatsuki really just playing spend more important than keeping a conservation. Xbox gonna come really close to that third bar, forced to go for the 2 here. Which means Talbain's probably gonna get out of this pretty unscathed. Strider just not a successful option to deal damage, but catches that tag anyway. Back to the Ken. Oh. Actually does catch in the assist, but neither player is aware that was gonna happen. Goes to the team hyper to get the beam. No one aware that Xbox runs the Hadoken assist on Ken specifically to use that. And that last part of the satellite, once again, Akatsuki just not looking out for it, and it's catching him every time.
Ooh, and gets in there on that Strider 2099. The character comes in, but gets a chance to live. This could definitely go badly for either person in such a short period of time. And both of them also need to be pretty cautious with their assists, with X Factor available on both sides and being almost at 2 meters each. Oh, Dark Talbain's good though. I think this character can run through an entire team. He's very well adept at it. This is how it starts. You kill off an assist. Oh, orbs activated.
Xbox and his base team is an exemplary Nova. And the big thing about Nova players, they know scrambles and how to turn scrambles into hits.
With that, BestXbox going to kill off that Talbain before we could see Dark Talbain in action. Ooh, and the air Tatsus. It's funny, are we in Talbain world versus Ken world? Because we had the same matchup earlier for some things. Oh, but looks like Ken here managing to get pushed into the corner, but gets out of it with the Tatsu and now has potential pressure on the corner. BLACKxAKATSUKI being patient and using their assists. I appreciate the neutral play from both of these players. Oh, this is going to be a chunk. I thought it was going to be the end of the characters, but instead it is a serious chunk on both. And now it's going to be a serious chunk on Jill, taking her down to half-life. That was a solid THC, but let's see what BestXbox does to confirm off of it and capitalize off the situation. The style points Tatsu. Okay, Stranger putting some things on screen, goes into Super. Oh, but these bullets going to force an X Factor out of BLACKxAKATSUKI. Let's see how BestXbox approaches it. Runs away, but then gets caught on the other side, and Ken goes down. 2090-99 coming in. Wizard Tim, how do you feel Xbox's access to X Factor will be used? They have a X, and they're almost 2 bars with 2 characters remaining.
Situationally, I think they still don't have any reason to force it, as well as to just waiting for a situation like that. There's nothing Akatsuki was going to do to force him out of chip, so it was all Xbox switching on to his offense.
Getting in there. Oh, and presses buttons into the Stranger. Stranger is a threat, putting these Eye of Agamottos on screen, getting in there, but it looks like BestXbox getting the confirm at the height. Do they get the knockdown? And I love that from BLACKxAKATSUKI, managed to stay in the air extra long so the Venom trap wouldn't mess them up. I'm not sure, do you know about new Venom and his ability to chip? Oh, that's a good tool for chipping.
Yeah, I mean, Venom always has had a fairly decent ability to chip. There's definitely a risk involved, but... I think, like, the boss definitely helped, but it didn't change it much, really.
Ooh, and BLACKxAKATSUKI getting in there, gets the hit, but then gets caught by the Venom assist, and BestXbox gets the confirmation off of it, doesn't get the full one, and instead gets the happy birthday.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
But BLACKxAKATSUKI throws out the super just in case an assist gets summoned, and hits on both sides with that jump M. That thing used to have a very challenging hitbox for many things, but now it's good for everything. Still has a hard time hitting high above it, but is incredibly solid. Wait, Frian Kennard? I probably mispronounced your name terribly. Thank you for claiming the last code and supporting the community. And I love that from BLACKxAKATSUKI, using their strong assist-punishing skills in order to kill off that Ken when he gets summoned on the opposite side of the screen and staying safe with the Stranger DHC.
I assume that's supposed to be freaking nerd.
That sounds right.
Yep. And speaking of freaking nerd, look at this optimization. Akatsuki just brilliant at turning small hits into big damage.
Ooh, and this is going to be potentially the end of Stranger, but I don't think this is the combo that makes that happen. Best Xbox One saving their X Factor and just decides to continue pressuring. Unfortunately, was not fast enough with the Venom Web to confirm there off of the Fang. And now, BLACKxAKATSUKI getting to pressure a little bit with their tools. Agamotto forcing movement out of Best Xbox, and now with the X Factor, BLACKxAKATSUKI going to go in on killing this Venom.
Oh no, bigger bodies can sometimes make that drop.
Oh gosh, the Fang came out. And X Factor used for Best Xbox. We're just throwing out some things. Gets caught. Invisible Venom still active. Kevin, I thought Invisible Venom was one of the things that's patched out in here. Check question marks on there. We'll see what's going on with the things. Okay, and Ken getting this, unfortunately gets the wrong super, ends up supering to keep himself safe. Good DHC, and gets the hit on Stars Jill, but no confirm.
Oh my god, that's so connected.
BLACKxAKATSUKI getting in there, and with that, Strider 2099 is gonna go down. Oh, was trying to do something cool, and instead of 2099 going down, gets a free hit on Ken, and gets a full combo. Okay, and now this is a game where BLACKxAKATSUKI has a pretty substantial life lead. Let's see if they're able to maintain that. Great job with the anti-air kick.
That's not gonna work.
No, gets to block though. And blocks cross-up correctly. That was so good by BLACKxAKATSUKI.
Oh, almost caught by that beast cannon.
Oh, both of them throwing out some buttons, but now it seems like BLACKxAKATSUKI's made the adjustments. Hits with a cross-up version of Beast Cannon there. Isn't getting the confirms, but is in advantage after each of these, and hits with the overhead. Best Xbox not ready to protect their noggin, and with that, this is going to be tied up 2-2. Oh, decides to keep it simple. BLACKxAKATSUKI came up with a very good loop, but the good loop is harder, and just going into the dragons into DHC, much easier way to kill. Ooh, and getting the trap on deck, throwing out some Hadokens, but the Strider is just doing such a good job to control space.
That strategy's been paying off. He just keeps killing assists with a snipe option.
And this is going to catch Ken as well. Doesn't quite get the confirm off of it, but is in such an advantageous situation. This is looking decent for BLACKxAKATSUKI, and I don't think that's what Best Xbox was going for, but they make the adjustment afterwards, maintaining this pressure.
Ooh, good mash.
The charge down up move there by BLACKxAKATSUKI.
Jump rush.
Oh, and with the bounce, decides to go into the dragons, keeps it simple, kills off Strider. This is down to Best Xbox's last character, and they get cross-up overheaded during the recovery of their sweep. And this is likely the end of Ken. Oh, extra chance here. Nice throw. Oh, but got on the other side and didn't realize it. And with that, BLACKxAKATSUKI making the comeback. Best Xbox had been looking so dominant, but then BLACKxAKATSUKI adjusted in how they played, started winning neutral more, and really, the start of the show was sniping out assists. They used the dragons into either DHC with Stranger or X Factor in order to just murder these assists.
I haven't seen a lot of anymore. Venom, very different than he used to be, so...
Yeah, the recent
wonder-
patch from Glass gave him a bunch of different ways to interact more favorably. He is a very strong character, but we haven't really seen people fully explore them yet, so I'm excited to see how this ends up working out. Though I definitely feel like in the matchup of Bishop against Venom, Venom can attack from so many more angles than Bishop can. It just seems so scary and hard to fight.
It's interesting with Venom. I feel like he started off as a Blitz Rushdown character and has now become a long limb specialist, much like a Taskmaster would be.
I could see the Taskmaster parallels. Oh gosh, if Taskmaster had a web zip, that would be a different world.
He already has a swing.
The swing is pretty good, not gonna lie. Oh, and great kill with Bishop there. Kills off that Venom, but Hamon coming in with the dives is able to get that pressure on Bishop. Gets the low hit, but now Bishop doesn't die, which means is ShinyVonDitto going to try and use meter to get him out? Ultron has no safety HCs, but at certain ranges you could prod people out with the command throw
Oh no,
DHC.
you did not want that.
Just
Backdash.
outside of range. Oh, Yun getting in there. Install activated, pressuring in the corner. Gets the hit, but the confirm is not there. And ShinyVonDitto running away during the remainder of that Ganagin. That's one of the things I appreciate about VonDitto as a player. They see someone do an install, they see someone X Factor, and they are willing to super jump, fly, and dash away when the person's timer is going down. I really appreciate that about their playstyle. And with that, they'll kill off Yun, but Dark Shadow Lady can definitely make this happen. She has 3 meters, installs available. And again, even though she has challenges with certain matchups, she can fight characters like Bishop. She has some fast buttons that reach far, she has ways to advance, and now the install activated for Hamon. Getting back into the Shadow Lady mode so that she could put some of these missiles on screen. Gets the hit and the confirm. Oh, but doesn't have the version of the air combo that works in install there. Oh, nice job hovering over with the lightning legs. Great stuff to Hamon. But VonDitto with this hit. With X Factor, they could get the kill. And that's going to be the end of Shadow Lady. She doesn't get a chance to spend her X this time. And with that, ShinyVonDitto taking the first game against Hamon, going up 1-0 in this set. It definitely looked like Hamon had the possibility of making that happen, but it seems like the way that they will make that happen is by adjusting their team, bringing out that Rashid. How do you feel about the adjustment to bringing the Rashid potentially on point here?
I think it's definitely been something Hamon opts for. I do think the assist is very good, and the presence of multi-hits can lock down certain players quite bad. But it's always felt like Hamon sometimes doubts himself when he pulls it out, so... I feel like one of these two factors is either going to stop using it or this character is eventually going to become more and more on his front team.
Yeah, Rashid, I think, is one of the characters. He has everything except for damage and meter build. He has good things he could do in neutral. He has safe ways to get in, to get out. He has installs. He has movement. But it looks like Wolverine Laura, as an assist, just getting beat down there quite thoroughly by VonDitto's aggressive Bishop play. But Rashid has managed to keep the majority of his life on deck. And an X Factor from Hamon. I'm not sure, do you think that was intentional? Whether it's intentional or not, you adjust to the situation. When something goes wrong and you didn't mean to X Factor, but you did X Factor, what's the best decision you could make now with that X Factor active? And Hamon has that Spider-Gwen in and gets the zip all the way in there. But VonDitto playing defensively, will they be able to win footsies against this Spider-Gwen? Ooh, great defense there by Hamon, going to be able to have the knockdown in the corner, but doesn't have the confirm. The zip was a little too high. Ooh, web ball is a poke there, pretty saucy, but going to lose Spider-Gwen. Lore coming in. Wizard Tim, what's the mix?
Lays a grenade, tries to catch Hamon playing a little cautious. And speaking of cautious.
Protect your friends. Hamon's saying, no, Rashid is my homie. you can't get away with this, but VonDitto ready for the TAC, and Hamon going to go straight into the super, make sure that they get they're still in install, so they have some scary mix potentially available. Oh, but didn't get the confirm off of dive kick. And that's a challenge that Rashid has. Oh, is this going to catch his toes? It does, and the X Factor for the rest of it. This is going to potentially be the end of Rashid, and it's the punishment for Hamon getting that accidental X Factor earlier. The X Factor advantage here for Ditto. Going in, dive kick, great stuff by Hamon. The dive claw is too real. Star Steel versus Wolverine Laura, both players. Oh, the dive knee. And VonDitto keeps it real with the level 2. Looking good. Hamon definitely could have won that if they didn't get that accidental X Factor at the beginning, but it looks like they're still going to character select. I guess that even though that was a challenge that occurred, they feel like some other adjustments are going to help them out more in how to approach this. Rashid being replaced by Shadow Lady for a stronger neutral assist. Okay. And going with the missiles. Spider-Gwen with Berserker Barrage and Shadow Lady missiles. This is a terrifying team. Once you start blocking, there's no stop. And oh, it looks like Wolverine Laura is actually the one on point. Hits with the dive. Bishop gets connected on. This is going to be, is it the TAC? The TAC, but ShinyVonDitto has been really good on making the reads on which way to break for these TACs.
That'll do.
And with that, it looks like Bishop's going down, and Laura was able to get install activated, so now she has access to some of the more Wolverine-ish moves. Has access to some 6H and Berserker Slash and other goodness. Oh, and that was good getting in there, going to be able to go for another mix. Is this a TAC? And every one of these, VonDitto, I think, has broken every single TAC this entire set so far. Just knows whether Hamon is going up, down, or sideways. It works out. Okay, Laura goes down, but Hamon with the resource advantage and has a life advantage as well. This is a situation that could definitely go to either player. Ooh, double stand jab, trying to just check her a bit, make sure that she doesn't do any of this dangerous stuff from the air. Also,
Missiles
I love
being the star
Spider-Gwen's
of the
team.
show.
Yeah, Missiles is doing their job. It is good stuff. Gets the hit, but doesn't
no.
have the confirm fully on deck, and the
Oh,
happy
double
birthday
no.
is there. Okay, and Spider-Gwen gets a chance to live and is in X Factor 3. Oh no, that couldn't be what Hamon was going for, and the death rate is enough to close it out. VonDitto over Hamon, 3-0, sending Hamon to the learner's side of the bracket. That was some wildness that went on at the end. Seems like there were a couple squiggles, but I'm going to have to hop off in order to play my match against Dobbilicious. Good luck and have fun, Dobbilicious.
These great Steam keys for great Capcom games, regular Steam prices, 20% of anything you buy goes to help us in the wonderful Marvel world. So what are you waiting for? Check out some Monster Hunter.
And it looks like Edsadiet was able to get a good initial start, but BackPak now getting these beams in to hit Onslaught for some damage, and decides to go. The grenade was in the right place to catch him before any of the big ice came out. Ice would have eaten it if it was any farther away, but Saki, the good stuff from Edsadiet and putting stuff at the right place at the right time. And her 2H is much faster startup than his Ice Beam, so he can't exactly just like do the beam preemptively, or else it's easy to get shot on the ground.
What an answer.
And with that, Saki also gets out to recover all that red life. Very fortunate for Ed. And now, this is Ed in his unlocked state. Cyclops with both an anti-air assist and a full screen assist that has tons of block stun and does tons of chip. He is in the terror zone.
Ooh.
But BackPak puts him in the own terror zone. Doesn't get the dash,
Far.
however. X Factors to save Ultron. And the DHC into Saki's going to finish Ultron off, but BackPak still has a good half of X Factor remaining for Hayato.
This is the bell that he rings on your skull. Oh dear.
Oh, Saki, what you gonna do here? Clean hit. Oh, and with that, has the counter super on deck, catches Hayato's 6H, goes into an attempt to confirm. And with that, shoots him into oblivion. It is going to be Edsadiet going up 1-0 against CaptainBackpak. There were some situations where CaptainBackpak really had the opportunity to make that work, was doing some good stuff, but then Edsadiet just so solid with putting hitboxes on screen and doing so while maintaining obnoxious locations for Saki where she's hard to interact with.
Everybody gets at least one match to get used to the Parsec environment. At that point, let's see if BackPak can figure out where there are gaps in the Saki offense and make the best countermeasure.
Oh, almost got in there, but the beam was still active, and now Edsadiet didn't need to invest any meter in order to get his advantage, so now he has both the character advantage, but also has more meter on deck, which makes this scary for BackPak. Though we've
And it's
definitely...
cooking.
Ooh, BackPak has the hit on the assist. Going to chunk Onslaught for a decent amount, decides to just like let Iceman hang out in the air there. Oh, but the hit is here from Edsadiet. Has the knockdown. And with this beam, oh, Iceman lives. Level 3?
Can you break that? Ooh.
Oh, no, level 3, okay. And hits with the backside, and even on the trade, it somehow ends up being in Edsadiet's favor. I don't know if he could DHC in time. He gets the DHC, but it's a little too late, and that means BackPak gets to live. Puts the drones on screen. Oh, right there. I think the dash into level 3 may have been the play, but it ends up being Edsadiet taking game 2 over CaptainBackpak, threatening to eliminate him from the tournament in what may be CaptainBackpak's tournament life here, but it looks like he has the hit on Saki. Oh, getting this hit, doing the damage. And goes for the TAC.
Oh no! Somebody was going for, and that would have been a lot of free damage out of this, but he's gonna have to put it back together best he could. That's how you get this going.
Oh, hits with that S. That was a very fascinating decision there, but worked out for BackPak. And now this is going to be a lot of damage on Cyclops, able to DHC once. Decides to leave Ultron in for the second, but oh no! The flip happened, and good throw for BackPak. And great confirm. Now it's all up to Anchor Onslaught. Anchor Onslaught's a good thing for it to be up to. And with that, this is looking very scary for Ultron. He goes down. Iceman's gonna come in at only a 7th life or so. Jap. Okay, Onslaught does have X available to try and save himself in any weird situations, but CaptainBackpak putting some stuff on screen. Oh, gets the punish on the projectile counter. Ends up going in. Is there DHC to Hayato? Puts the orb on deck. Oh, dropped the level 3. Oh, and Hayato was short, but even though he was, that means he gets another chance at life. It's this Onslaught. This is looking good for BackPak. Just needs to confirm this combo the rest of the way, and it could be the end of Onslaught.
Can Shockwave this, I believe?
Goes for the level 3. CaptainBackpak believes in his combos, makes it happen. And that clutch anchor Hayato has just been doing work for him so consistently. let's see. Edsadiet trying to establish dominance again with Saki, killing off a huge amount of Iceman's life. Oh, and CaptainBackpak gets an accidental super when trying to fly around with Ultron. The shots are really adding up here. Iceman bleeding, Ultron bleeding, and Edsa just putting hitboxes on point in good situations.
Oh, unfortunate, but he's making it work.
And because CaptainBackpak got those small wins in neutral, was able to get back a little bit of life with Iceman. Now they're at a third instead of being almost dead, and because of that, they could potentially make things scary for Saki, getting at that angle where that they could put out a beam, and she doesn't have anything that hits that high in the air.
You can see Backpack starting to get a feel for that. He's using air stalls, other things that just hang in that space. The old Sentinel strategy.
And with that, gets the kill on her, puts some stuff on screen, but now that Edsadiet Cyclops against Anchor Hayato. Ooh, I would have gotten mixed by that too, but let's see if this confirm leads into a kill. Edsadiet drops the combo, but gets the first part of the reset. Backpack ready, gets the X Factor, and...
Oh no!
Ooh, the combo has
this?
drop. And with that, I think that's too late. Backpack survives. What's he able to do with this? Okay, tech's in. But Edsadiet cleans it out with the Optic Sweep plus Optic Blast and is going to eliminate CaptainBackpak from the bracket. Good stuff from Backpack, and good stuff adjusting, starting to use more of the air-to-ground control with Iceman to fight the Saki matchup, but getting through great emotes like K-Hop Pride. You could subscribe to the Avengers. Okay, BestXbox doing the Point Venom variant here with Ultron and Strider 2099 instead of rocking the Ken. And it looks like Magical Maestro getting in here with this Yun immediately, putting on the pressure against Venom and doing some work.
Extension, one more little bit here. Like you can get. Yun's hit stun is a very hard to read at times, for when you cannot extend things.
Oh, Venom brought down to a pixel. Is it enough? Didn't get the dive kick, and because of that, Venom survives. Oh, that had worked. But almost gets to confirm off of the missiles. Good stuff by Magical Maestro and great DHC. Going to be able to do some damage to BestXbox here. Magical Maestro kinda cooking. Death Rays trying to get control and now has the drones. But Young has just been doing incredibly well for Magical Maestro. Good stuff in how they play neutral, getting the hits, doing the damage. Oh, and good DHC. That means Venom's able to come in here, do the cinematic damage, but Yun, the last pixel is taken. Do you think War Machine? Ooh, he pressed some buttons on incoming there.
Thank you, missiles. War Machine.
Ooh.
He's not Doom, not Iron Man. Has like a lot of interesting little snare and trap scenarios. And there's always that.
And that was one of the buffs that War Machine got the last patch. He's now able to do Proton Cannon on point, and it sends missiles. So he has a much easier time being a friend in DHCing, and also in getting punishes in situations that were challenging for him before. Oh, and I see the Black Hillian in the chat. We hear you, and most people in the chat don't even know that they're hearing you, because Black Hillian is a person who does amazing voiceover work, so when you hear War Machine say something cool, that is the Black Hillian speaking.
I mean, it's oddly perfect. Such a fantastic replication of that slightly scratchy, campy tone that comes out with the original voice actor for War Machine.
Indeed, it's good stuff, and looks like both of these players holding on to their X Factor until pretty late. There's 20 seconds left on the clock, activates X Factor for BestXbox, and Fetus activates the gift subscription, and another amazing thing that you could do with your resources. X Factor you only get one of a game, but gifting subscriptions, people have different numbers of it depending on what their resources are. It's like a ratio in CBS 1. But let's see, this is going to be Strider 2099 getting the hit, but Shadow Lady, will she be able to do damage in a fast enough time? It looks like BestXbox is going to stabilize it out and kill off Shadow Lady at the 0-second mark. Things had been looking very good for Magical Maestro earlier in that game. What do you think ended up going challenging there that made it so they needed to go through a situation of going from winning to Xbox taking it?
I think it actually may be entirely on Yun. This character can be a lot of learning on the fly with how weird his interactions are with some characters, and his lower damage. So if that gets tightened up, I think, because you see him always getting these first hits, you can tighten this up and take out the point quicker. I think everything will come back into place here.
Oh, and that confirmed with the amazing Strider assist, but it pushed too far away. And now Command Throw is safe enough that Ultron manages to get in safely. He doesn't get value off of it, but at least he doesn't get punished. Oh,
Speaking
and
of getting
BestXbox is zooming, but the hit was too high and didn't have a way to confirm it. And now because of that, both of them still have all three characters on their team. Venom's recovering life, and so is Yun in these middle positions. Ooh, great air block there by Magical Maestro, making sure that they're able to actually get the punish on the Ultron dive punch. Oh, and Yun tagging in. Ooh, is this gonna catch? It does catch, and because Yun was in Ganajin, that's one of the classes of super you do not build meter during, and because of that, the beam just ate up his health with... Oh, and the tag in the War Machine. Still gets the chance to get some red life back for Yun, putting some things on screen. Let's see what their footsies are against Venom. Oh, raw S on the assist can be very scary. BestXbox looks like they are securing more of the advantage that they need, but then the throw is on deck for Magical Maestro, gets the hit, but the confirm's not quite on deck. And there have been so many almost confirms here. This has been a very scary situation continuously for both players. Oh, great read that the dive kick was coming and just going for more of that play to counter the air movement.
Of course, the Shadow Lady, but there's certainly a lot you can do with Shadow Lady, so long as you can break through this clock problem.
And if there's an assist summon that's bad, she can definitely make it get paid for, but it looks like BestXbox going to try and close this out. X Factor confirmed?
Yep. This is more than enough time if you spend it and just go for fast kills like this. Super is a fast, efficient way.
Oh, Ultron running. I appreciate the running. Let's see if Magical Meister has a way to catch.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, falling with the button is terrifying there.
You double jump this? Nah, too early.
I think it may have been possible to level 3, but her level 3 moves forward so slowly that with BestXbox still having access to X Factor, it would have been likely punished. But BestXbox going up 2-0, but these matches have been incredibly close.
So just turning these Yoon hits into a faster kill really will help Maestro plow through the rest of these games. But this situation happens, he fades back, and then usually Yoon dies, so everything he built up really doesn't lead to much.
Oh, but that dive kick there doing some damage, and Venom is bleeding, goes into Ganajin. Okay. Oh, and the dry tag gets punished by all the H's. Into Snap. Brings back into Venom. I like that. Saw how much life that BestXbox has been recovering with their mid character and wants to get rid of all that red life. Manages to do so, but BestXbox has the hit. DHC available to Ultron. It's only going to hit with the top beam here, so I think Yun lives. But that Strider assist has just been so instrumental for BestXbox. Every time Magical Maestro thinks they can move forward, either the second part of the assist is there, or, oh, armor's activated. What does BestXbox do around this? Gets hit by some missiles, but otherwise comes down with some buttons. Missiles on missiles. I like the Magical Maestro stacking missiles for some magic.
And actually, gold armor with missiles is a very different dimension, because there's no way you can avoid all the hits from missiles usually. So you are unable to commit against the gold armor itself, and you can't run away forever because of the other missiles.
Ooh, the cross under S was a good mix. Let's see, now missiles coming out, and the happy birthday, but Yun's jumping medium doesn't hit high enough. I think he needed to go for the jumping heavy in order to make that work. Double jump. Oh, decides to just block a little bit of the beam. And the dry tag into Strider. This is a pickup by BestXbox, but a little too far away to go for that version of the confirm. Magical Maestro doing some flight planks to get around there.
That is actually the right call. You really want to be as quick as possible to be able to block if Strider comes at you.
Uses the missiles to get Ganagin activated. And the missiles are coming in and saves them from the material. But BestXbox able to X-Factor and get that confirmed. Great block by Magical Maestro there.
It's a bit unfortunate, but sometimes it feels like Strider 2099 is always in Ganagin.
Strider 2099 is a very powerful character.
Oh, the brilliant yet simple things that just destroy you.
But I think that if the TAC did hit here, BestXbox is known for being a fan of TAC. And
Smaller character.
And now this is going to be the end of Strider.
Gets actually going to be able to make it to the ground. Nope.
Okay, 6 seconds left. I think that she's too slow, and with that, BestXbox seals out. Magical Maestro, though, getting closer every single game to taking that, but then BestXbox is just able to be clutch every single time and close it out with their characters. Good.
Yeah, Xeno crowding as much as he can. This is a key moment for him when he gets that initial hit, but Isicera played very little into his hands there. Knew he was a bit desperate. Just going to take as much damage and run to this full screen? Or is there a variation for big bodies like that? That looked a little odd for height-wise. Thank you, Magical. That's tier 1. We appreciate it. Oh, another pivotal drop. Didn't realize it already used that. No, Isicera just going to run around a bit. Has to respect the fact that Orange Hulk in some capacities can beat out Talbain's options hard. And yeah, that super famously slow even on DHC allows Isicera to punish. Get the extension, the ground, and this is a dead dog with the... Oh, doesn't build the second card. This may play close. Forces it. Beast Cannon going to cover the escape. Grenade. Isicera does have the grenade already, so she can do the easy pick. Just for that last little piece of damage here, I think. And that is enough. And at full screen, it becomes a very difficult game. Orange Hulk going to have to rely on risky options like that, but Isicera can cover that upper airspace. And Isicera definitely going to give this character its respect. After that latest buff, this character's damage output is noticeably high. I think this is going to be the X route. Isicera may just go straight for a level 3, open that big can of ketchup, and take us to our next match.
Player 1 wins. Mission ready? Fight!
Okay, good throw. Xeno has time for the off the ground, but pushed too far. Ooh. Looking for the head, still has access. Ooh, wanted the wall bounce, got the ground bounce, but it's all good. And now Isicera actually given an amazing confirm here. Going to build a lot of bar and just put the damage onto the hole. Dark Force, set it up. And forces the Gamma, getting both characters. Is this gonna work? No, too early to the ground. Because of the flash, they didn't see they'd already been grounded. And now Xeno spent all of his bar. Isicera, you know, was gonna capitalize on this. Good reaction, ready for the armored option. Isicera does have 3 bars, so there is an easy kill awaiting here. Dark Force. He goes for the set. Tried to stay in front. Xeno swinging. SHOGUNDo, she can use that move like a feint. And yet catching Isicera, trying to use Dragon Cannon to escape. Put onto the Onslaught. With X Factor of 3 bars, this is a very manageable problem. Hulk really cannot withstand projectiles if Isicera can start to put the pin on, but Xeno knows he has to stay swinging if he wants to make it out of this. Unleashing the offense, Isicera being pushed back, but here comes the drones, gonna start setting it up, and suddenly the momentum stops. Going to force the mix. Xeno actually gets hit by the initial section. Isicera can just go for this. X Factor. One more beam, and now Xeno going to be forced very quickly to have X Factor himself, or the chip will kill. Next touch likely to be a fatal move for either player now. Isicera just slowing it down, looking for a save confirm here. Xeno actually taking advantage of that space. Overcommits on both players, almost leading to their death. No X, 4 bars to Xeno, but the life difference doesn't matter at this point. Ooh, catch, but unable to confirm. Another good catch, parry. And that is going to be the timeout Xeno needs. Finished off with a super, just enough time on the clock, putting him into the ground.
Player 2 wins. Rescue the subject. Returning home. Ready? Fight! Advancing guard.
This is going to define Xeno for how well he is playing to the out here. Has to keep himself safe, but Isicera knows what they can punish there. Unleashing the super into the Talbain, and there we are back exactly where the setup is going to work. Oh, and challenging this fast Talbain while still in Dark Force. And John really gonna make this painful for Hulk now. It's one more. Now, putting already onto the red shield. Isicera has access to the X, goes for the X route here. Up one, and then into the DHC. That should be enough damage of HUNK.
Player 1 wins. Ready? Fight!
Realistically, Xeno becoming a little too predictable. Things worked very well in those first 2 sets, but I think Isicera is starting to hone in on his desperate jumping strategies. But that almost being an overcommit from Isicera into a death. Keeps it safe. Grenade. And you can see Isicera now aiming to call out the airspace a little bit more. And a great throw, almost able to confirm, but that assist taking us the wrong direction. And she sees the chip out. Ooh. I think Xeno spent a bar on that one. Good parry. Almost confirming, and Knife's Edge pick up. You were Xeno in this position. How likely are you to spam X after a first super? Or are you going to see if you can get a connection of Red She-Hulk before you let it rip? And of course, swing or no swing. Keeps it calm. He's going to try and up back as long as he can, but Isicera finds a link. Take it to X Factor, and we are just going to get all of this damage. That actually being the perfect option to ensure that Xeno couldn't mash. And that level 3 going to get punished. And there it goes.
Player 1 wins.
Fantastic match between these 2 players, but Isicera going to send Xeno down to take his place in these shark-infested waters.
Or chat, can you confirm for me if she has a Soul Flash instead of a Soul Fizz?
thought it was Soul Flash, but I usually play it for Japanese voices, so I'm not 100%.
Oh, and this is going to be the hit, going to be potentially the end of Lilith, but the combo drops, instead gets the confirm afterwards. This is looking like second chance for it to be the end of Lilith. And BLACKxAKATSUKI now going with the HUNK support and has changed up 2 members of his team entirely, bringing in that evil Ryu and bringing in the HUNK, but maintaining that Talbain. Okay. And just decides to wait, doesn't want to get frame trapped there. So BLACKxAKATSUKI doesn't press buttons, but VonDitto, happy to press some buttons themselves, has the hit on Talbain, knockdown in the corner, left on a pixel, and then gets the chip before he gets an opportunity to get out. Okay, the HUNK coming in. This is one of the best characters. Oh, but then the knockdown by ShinyVonDitto immediately goes into super, which is good because the orb has some chances of messing up when it happy birthdays. And that's going to be ShinyVonDitto taking the first game against BLACKxAKATSUKI. Very solid stuff there by VonDitto. Let's see, and BLACKxAKATSUKI staying with the team. I think this team really rewards how good BLACKxAKATSUKI is at punishing assists. Ooh, and putting on that pressure there against the Lilith. Let's see if this time she gets to do a little bit more, because it was really the Ultron Jill that did the job last time for VonDitto. Ooh, and I like, Talbain has the ability to protect Red Fireball because he has a nunchucks to reflect projectiles, but VonDitto just being evasive with this Lilith and annoyingly getting around with her, getting the work done. Oh, there was a confirm off of the Soul Flash, but didn't believe. Okay, Lilith putting some hitboxes on screen, but so is BLACKxAKATSUKI.
Oh, nice, got over under. Just trying to stay at that spot where HUNK has a little trouble, right around his feet when he jumps like that.
Ooh, Lilith getting cooked, but then Ultron coming in, has the hit on HUNK, and HUNK is a blessed character in many ways, almost every way, but one of the ways he's not blessed is his health, which is about to be 0. Talbain manages to get out of dodge. I appreciate it from BLACKxAKATSUKI. Oh, is this fast enough to catch her? It is fast enough to catch her. And great stuff, BLACKxAKATSUKI making sure to kill off that assist. And now X Factor on both sides. BLACKxAKATSUKI with the confirmation, however. This is looking like it'll be the end of Ultron. And BLACKxAKATSUKI ties it up 1-1 against ShinyVonDitto. Okay, so getting to shoot and gets the confirm. This is going to be the end of Lilith most likely. Has access to, uses air super to keep it stable instead of trying to do anything more complicated. And now brings in the HUNK to try and fight this Ultron. And had Talbain at full life, but I think just like has more comfortability in playing the HUNK versus Ultron matchup. And with the DHC here, Ultron is potentially dead. Oh no, but
you do
there
not
was
want to
a
drop.
And now Ultron getting out of dodge. And manages to avoid the grenades as well. Great stuff by BLACKxAKATSUKI there. Oh, almost a punish there by VonDitto using their space control tools. Great X Factor by both players. VonDitto needed to use it defensively, but BLACKxAKATSUKI using it to get in there. And ooh, gets the catch on the opposite side. Yes, hydrating is important. If you want to fight off Ultron, you need to be properly hydrated. And it looks like that double beast cannon, color of water, is going to get the job done. So everyone, take care of yourself, drink some water, and hopefully one day you will be able to kill off a robot that is trying to destroy all the biologicals. Oh, that was in the range that Talbain's hop was too far. He doesn't get to do that unless you are far away or you are cornered if he wants to overhead you with it. BLACKxAKATSUKI going up 2-1 against ShinyVonDitto.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's right, the third chapter. The superheroes are all here. Who will rise to the top?
Okay, and the US agent is coming out from ShinyVonDitto. Their Lilith had been doing some decent stuff, but I entirely understand making the adjustment, getting rid of both the Lilith and the S.T.A.R.S Jill for the US agent and Moonstone. I feel like their experience with the US agent footsies are pretty good, though I think the US agent does have to fight Talbain a little bit more than Lilith does, and I think fighting Talbain is scary. How do you feel about this team change, Wizard Tim?
I think there's actually a lot of merit to this choice. Definitely putting a lot more damage in the front with US Agent so that when you do hit Talbain, you kill. But I think also just the ability to maneuver with projectiles the way Agent can, maybe a good countermeasure to all of this Beast Cannon action.
Who gets in there, uses the assist to maintain some pressure. And BLACKxAKATSUKI using mainly just Talbain on point solo at that point. VonDitto has the hit here, but Talbain is a high health character. I don't know if this kills. Do you think this kills Wizard Tim?
That's a little optimistic. No, it still connects. I think they thought they could get the chip out with like a shield or something.
And when the tag is actually a combo conversion, BLACKxAKATSUKI is rewarded for it. Talbain manages to get into that anchor position, able to potentially recover tons of life. Shoryu on deck, ready for that super, and now this is looking very scary for VonDitto. Until they get a hit with that wake up light. Got the hit but didn't have the confirm available, and now this is looking like chip range for Talbain. But not overdoing it, and was that an assist summon? No assist summon, but hits with the top of grenades. And when HUNK hits with the top of grenades, he just gets to do a full combo because his life is good like that. Oh no, the pixel.
Oh, I saw the vision, but Akatsuki, I think, like has this combination of staying on their feet like a boxer, but still holding back on the blow until they see you move.
Oh, and gets the TAC to try and restabilize the S hits from behind.
That worked. Wow.
Oh. And with that, chances are there. That's on deck. She gets the punish on the attack. This is looking very possible for VonDitto. Will she be able to kill HUNK fast enough? That is fast. Has a little bit of X Factor left to try and mess up this Talbain. Oh no, wrong thing. She is going to die now, and with that, BLACKxAKATSUKI takes it 3-1 over ShinyVonDitto, moving on to winners finals, where they will fight the winner of Xeno and myself, which is going to be this next match on stream. Good luck and have fun, Xeno.
I feel like it has been a bit. I mean, we've definitely seen Xeno and Isicera play, but like a lot of great options in a mutual situation. Instantly not willing to commit to keep away. But second one sniffed out a little too quickly, but easily able to use Strider's great buttons to take another turn. With that, Saki taken out without a single spend means they are in great position to take it to the Cyclops here. Oh, no extension, but this is fine. Dobby perfectly capable of just taking every singular reset. Ooh, good catch. Ed really likes to throw out the kick, realizing it is sometimes a fantastic movement check tool. And dispatching Ken, Onslaught full health. But oh, catches the assist, sending him to an early grave, taking us, wow, actually a risky but unpredicted Team Hyper. Available now, or no, choose the install route instead.
And that Shoryu super kills on its own, even though Onslaught is a very healthy combination of not one but two men. Two men's life bars, still not enough to handle Evil Ryu.
Last go around, we just saw Dobby Tatsu through that the first chance he got.
Ooh, but this is going to be the end of Strider 2099, and now, even though Dobby won the first game, they are in the most scary situation of needing to do this all with Evil Ryu, but he does have 3 meters. And that's the way to start it. Gets the hit on Onslaught and on Cyclops. Cyclops goes down. Most of X Factor's still left, and plenty of meter available too. Edsadiet not biting with Dobby putting out these normals. Dobby was trying to see if Edsa would mash, and Ed did not mash in any of those situations. That's gonna catch her. Oh, but Onslaught may get through. He does. X Factor's available, has the assist, but doesn't have a confirm. And Dobby, why did your 2H not hit there? Isn't that a tragedy, Wizard Tim?
I was perplexed. He got the connection to the extent that he stopped the drones, but didn't get any more.
Yeah, the 2M connected, but 2H looked like it went right through Onslaught. That was very unfortunate for the Dobbilicious one. But both of these excellent players know how to deal with something bad happening for them and still being able to turn it into something good. Dobby, not dissuaded in the least bit, getting in there with that Ken and probably killing off Saki off this very first exchange. And people in chat who have pseudonyms learning who they are. That's how it goes sometimes. But going to catch with the frame trap super there, and now Ken manages to get out with the pixel, but Strider 2099 eating a good quarter of his life before he even gets to start interacting.
Dobby going to live and die by his ability to set up cross-ups here, but Ed is doing a really good job of just holding him in places where he can't do it.
Ooh, good tag there, and hits with the dive kick. Good stuff to Dobbilicious. Are you going to invest X Factor here? What are you going to do to try and kill off this Onslaught? Goes for the TAC, but Ed's ready for it. Oh no, and because Dobbilicious took to the air, Ed gets a full combo off of this now, and is going to be able to put Evil Ryu to a pixel, decides not to use X Factor to finish him off, but gets the overhead. Getting in there, and the happy birthday! Everything Dobby needs level 3, keep it easy!
Oh, got the wrong input. Okay, Legion, thank you, Legion.
Thank you, Legion. But now we need to see Edsadiet, known for their Dark Cyclops as well, and this is going to kill off Strider. Dobbilicious, because that level 3 didn't come out, is now going to have to try and do this with Pixel Ken. And it is not quite enough. Edsadiet with the defensive Cyclops play. Just too solid of a wall for Dobby to get in on. But Dobby has a strong mental. That I'm sure that even though the level 3 didn't come out that time, they made the adjustment in one neutral at the beginning of last game. So even if they have challenges on those things, I know that they're able to get right back into this. Oh, 2099 getting shot up a bit, but now Ken is actually within half screen distance, but the shockwave assist hits him before he gets the chance to finish it off. Evil Ryu gonna come in here. Dobby's done a great job of making sure that all of his characters stay alive and gets the hit on Saki here, but doesn't quite have the confirm.
Body.
Ooh. And Ed has just been doing a great job putting these hitboxes on screen for Saki. The beam's going to connect here, though. Decides to just leave it with that, and now second beam is going to kill off Saki. Great stuff from Dobbilicious, and has given enough time that his Ken's recovered a decent amount of life here.
And Evil Ryu really still running a clinic so long as he bears any life at all.
Hit with the Shoryu on the opposite side, but
Oh,
the
no.
confirm is perfect by Edsadiet, kills off Ken, and is going to leave Strider with a very injured life bar. I would X soon if I were Dobby because of chip, but saves it for the Evil Ryu. Now has the Dark Anchor power up.
Okay, X Factor gonna run out real quickly here.
Got the air dash button, but the
try.
Shockwave assist closes it out. Edsadiet going to take it 3-1 over Dobbilicious.
So
Good stuff to
Isicera,
both players. Oh, what's up?
I'm concerned that while I run to get a glass of water, our wonderful fans won't know of the many ways they can contribute.
Those are all things that make it easier to be a top player. Do recommend.
Now swinging higher than ever before.
Okay, let's see. With the point Venom against point Spider-Gwen, one of the changes that was made is so Spider-Gwen had been one of the best characters in the game and is still one of the best characters in the game. In the last patch, she got a mix of buffs and nerfs, so even though things got harder for her in some ways, now she has access to her Venom Rush Super even before she goes into install, which makes her much stronger. And easier to have in team compositions for being able to DHC and a bunch of other nice stuff.
And Hamon can definitely build a lot of bars, so it's a good dump for his team.
Ooh, and the catch there. Venom's going to do a decent chunk to Laura, but decides to stay in. He has a lot of red life. Do you think that BestXbox is just going to try and get a hit with this Venom? Looks like that means Ultron's coming in to eat this mix.
Wouldn't it be BestXbox if they didn't just let Venom die?
Ooh, and those missiles come in to protect. Great stuff with the stand H by Hamon to get in there with Wolverine Laura. But now BestXbox has the throw, does not have the confirm off of it, however. Goes back to trying to zone it mid-screen. Oh, I thought that air dash meant the BestXbox was going to get caught there. But instead, the dive kick trades, and that means that Spider-Gwen still at plenty of life, while Strider 2099 is easily within one-touch range, maybe meterless. Oh, but the touch is Strider's. Do you think Spider-Gwen will die? There's 3 meters on deck. Okay, Strider activating orbs, trying to put some hitboxes on screen, disincentivize her from zipping into his face. Didn't get the confirm off of that jump H, goes for the command throw, and Hamon is ready to punish it because of the whiff. Great stuff to Hamon there. Web Zip as an OTG has a much harder time being used as a combo tool currently, and because it'll generate flips like that later in combos now. BestXbox keeping that Ultron alive, but River Hamon looking solid. Ooh, gets to the opposite side. And kills off the Ultron. Darkstrider 2099. This character is supposed to specifically not be a Dark Anchor, but they're still pretty good at it, eh, Wizard Tim?
Yeah, it's the interesting redistribution. Technically, his X-Factor state is nowhere near as powerful as base Strider, but having access to the Air Super and certain options means that his base game is so strong on the lower end. It's a matter of floors and ceilings, and it still means he's just a really good anchor.
Oh, will he be able to do the damage fast enough?
Debatably, no.
Kills off Laura, so Hamon just can't summon assist immediately, and because of that, I think that he may be okay. Actually, this is looking much faster than I thought. Okay, Shadow Lady just needs to not die instantly. She didn't die instantly, and because of that, Hamon is going to clutch it out, making sure to keep his girl alive in the back for the timeout victory. Good stuff to Hamon. Great stuff to Xbox and almost bringing it back, but Hamon just too solid with that stable play.
Of course, as an advisory I give to a lot of Strider players. Air Super is a little bit faster than other kill routes, so if it's literally a matter of seconds, don't be so conservative on the bar.
Agreed. His Air Super is fast, has low recovery, and does its damage in a short time. And in X Factor specifically, it'll kill extra fast. So definitely recommend it. As Wizard Tim says, it's especially in contrast with something like Legion, which takes a while to hit the opponent, even if it does get the full damage. Ooh, both of them being pretty aggressive here. That button beating her dive kick, I was not anticipating. My gosh, Venom's got some cracked buttons again. This is good to know. And the Venom Trap being able to protect from web balls is incredibly important. That is a nice aspect of how current Venom Trap is set up. Ooh, and hit Hamon out of the startup there. Goes into the super fast enough. Is there going to be a DHC? DHC's only the top part hits. Will she survive? She's left with a pixel. Hamon letting her die instead of doing a hard tag in to get bodied. I appreciate avoiding hard tag get bodied, even if it's really appealing. You know what I mean, Wizard Tim?
Indeed. So speaking of which, one definitely spending a lot of resources trying to keep up here, and I think they might need to consider a slightly slower course of action than just trying to run so aggressively into what Xbox is defending with.
Went for the dive and gets the hit on the opposite side. Gets around, but the missiles mess it up. Has a reset because of it. She gets the super out in time. Should be able to cook this Ultron. Either DHC or do the follow-up. Decides to go with the follow-up. And with that, Ultron dies. 471k for the super plus follow-up. That's some level 3 damage without needing to be a level 3.
That should do it. Low scaling definitely
down.
makes it hurt.
But we're down to that critical range where there's 30 seconds left on the clock, so last match came down to time. Let's see how time management and X Factor management happens with these two players here. Oh my gosh, the S hit from so far away!
And
She's
there's an
alive,
X Factor
though.
follow-up from this, right? I think.
If you let the super end, you don't get to do X Factor stuff out of it. Oh, but Hamon gets the hit, and this is going to be not the end of Venom. He got an
Just enough
accidental air
time.
dash. Okay,
Just
definitely enough time. Install activated.
Good pick up.
Hit with the DP version. Oh no! Ended up getting a jump normal instead of an OTG, and with that, this is going to be missiles for days. Okay, both of them are an X Factor. X Factor about to run out for Hamon, but the beam doesn't connect, and because of that,
Very
best
slow, too.
Xbox. Oh my
Wait.
gosh, the damage isn't
No.
fast enough. Wow, these two players are keeping their characters alive, going down to time out both battles? My gosh. I like seeing the willingness for defensive play on both of these players' sides.
When it comes to a player like Xbox, they know there was an upper limit where they will simply not be able to keep up with Hamon's team. They're just trying to force Hamon to play at their speed.
Ooh, and the Venom Fang. Oh, it looked like that could have potentially been confirmed. Gets a lot of damage on Shadow Lady and a small amount of damage on Spider-Gwen. This is looking... Oh, the Crouch Light didn't confirm. That could have been very bad for Hamon. But because of that, Spider-Gwen's still alive. Still gets to mess up some characters. Using the zip in to dive kick, because if you zip, you'll keep moving forward, but you could dive kick to change your momentum, start going towards the ground there. But Spider-Gwen gets out of this, and that means that meter disadvantage for Xbox now, even though they have that life advantage on deck.
Nice catch.
Leaving Spider-Gwen with the pixel. Oh, this is gonna hurt Ultron something fierce, and then goes into the Laura. Missiles are coming to support, but it looks like Venom's been able to avoid those missiles so effectively. I say until he gets hit by the missiles immediately.
Sometimes you just call it the way you see it.
Yeah, and the way I see it is breaking TACs. You see the same thing I see, Wizard Tim, and some broken TACs? I
Either
feel
that or
like...
going to take it for a kill.
This time the TAC worked.
Okay.
And it hit. I feel like people have actually had an incredibly high accuracy rate in reading Hamon's TAC directions today. In both previous matches and this one, there's just been a lot of folks being ready to go for something and getting out of the scariness that Hamon's providing at the end of the combos with Laura. Ooh, the Ultron on deck here ends up spending 1 meter. Goes into orbs. I don't think this is actually... Oh, with the TAC into potential TAC infinite. This is a great way to go. I was wrong. I was critiquing the potential play. And... Oh, is that super late enough that Hamon comes in and is able to block and punish? It is! He didn't get the punish, though. I think if he had just gone for like a Spidey swing there, it would have been it. But now Ultron goes down, and because that level 3's going, it takes a while to animate, and there's less time for Xbox to try and come back. And Hamon does have the speed and damage buff, and also, when Spider-Gwen web zip, she's able to block during it, which is incredibly terrifying. Oh, activating Orbs, Junior. Trying to get in there. Gets the hit.
Oh, nice stuff.
There's so little time left on the clock. X Factor gets used by Hamon, and now he summoned assist. That was one of the few ways this could possibly go wrong, but it looks like this is going to be Hamon's game. And with that, it is Hamon going up 2-1. Is every game this set so far a timeout? Both of these players just that defensive, that willing to keep their characters alive?
Seems like it.
And it's amazing because like Hamon's playing a melee character here. He has the Wolverine Laura on deck and still willing to be on just not in interaction range in lots and lots of situations. But this time, let's see how they each approach this. That Venom thing is not going to let BestXbox survive. Going for some hits is going to actually catch. Great job getting over the Venom rush in order to protect Shadow Lady. The assist was about to eat tons of damage from that super, but because of Hamon's quick thinking, was able to make it out of there. Ooh, great hit. Now Venom. This character has been injured quite a bit, but he's still alive, has the happy birthday. It hit the assist, which means he doesn't get the combo. A tragedy for BestXbox, but he resets quickly and hits the TAC.
That was big there.
Did he combo Graham into the trap? Is that what I just saw there?
I think.
Hamon getting hit by the tech, and BestXbox
Missiles.
getting hit by the Laura. This is going to be TAC, and this time it's not broken. Without it being broken, this is going to be lots of damage on Strider. DHC into Laura, and with assist, is this going to work? Instead goes for an assist that'll let him mix, gets the hit but doesn't have the confirm.
Junior
getting in there. There's a lot of diving going on against this Orbs Jr., and it has been working out in favor of Hamon. Also gets the hit on Ultron, goes into Super 1, goes into Super 2, and it catches. Ultron is at a low life point. BestXbox is in dire consequences. Will they be able to survive? This is looking very good for Hamon and very bad for BestXbox, but BestXbox has made some comebacks before, and they have X available to make this happen too. Ooh, dashing around in there, trying to get in, but those Shadow Lady missiles making sure to control space. Ooh, the X Factor gets activated. This is going to kill off Laura, but then lose Ultron, and with that, Hamon takes it, eliminating BestXbox from the tournament and moving on in the learner side of the bracket. Great stuff to both
really
these
could have
players.
gone either way.
The amount of timeouts, people were just really willing to play defensive for as long as possible. They didn't want to take unnecessary risks, and it showed from him in bracket, but it looks like VTuber is ready to rep him against the Saki. Oh, got over her projectile and kicked her in the head. US agent does not mind destroying these little girls from the future with giant weapons. If somebody has a gun that's bigger than you are, I think it is reasonable to encounter them with violence in that type of way. Because even though she's a little girl, she could still shoot you dead. And it looks like Blackheart here is going to be able to get in against Cyclops. How do you feel about the Blackheart versus Cyclops Onslaught matchup?
There's a lot of merit in the fact of how he's playing it, which is staying right above Cyclops' head and using demons. It's definitely a place outside of the DP he can't defend well, but there's also just a risk of being constantly tagged by airborne laser shot. So I think it's going to be a confidence of Von Doom that makes it work more than, strictly speaking, just the character.
Oh, that cross-up was great. I would have been hit by it too. Ed with the scary, scary onslaught going to go into beam. DHC is available and uses that to finish off the US agent. It's all up to Ultron, but we've seen ShinyVonDitto's Ultron do work. Has 3 meters until they get crossed up in the corner, which is much less ideal. Ed never X-Factors early in these. He has so much confidence in his stuff working. I X-Factor so early because I'm like, I could drop this, but Ed has confidence they will finish their combos. X-Factors at a reasonable point in time and gets the kill going up 1-0 against ShinyVonDitto.
Change already.
3. That's right, the third chapter. The
Stranger, that doesn't sound right. I think we're gonna see the Moonstone team come out, maybe? Oh, Hunk on point for ShinyVonDitto. This is a very strong character, but he also will lose a 7th of his life if Saki just does, like, gun into beam. Oh, the Moonstone instead. Okay, I can see this. Oh, and we have an awesome person joining us in chat. Jason Game Dev managed to place top 3 last night with his amazing Mora Doom Virgil, an amazing player in general and someone who optimizes tech within the scene. Always good to see Jason Game Dev around. No. Jason was not being a villain. Pimente, he was actively asked to join the event. You can't blame someone when people are like, hey, come and join this thing, show us the cool stuff you could do. Jason Game Dev, I will absolve him of anything that I can as Mod and Marvel Ambassador. He was doing his job after being requested so by Tabs. Why did Cyclops not get hit there?
I wonder the same thing.
Okay. But that's how it is sometimes, but it doesn't matter if he doesn't get hit, because Saki dies, and now ShinyVonDitto trying to get in there with the US agent, but needs to fight the Cyclops when he's on point instead of an assist. Let's see if he takes any more, let's push the backside of jumping heavy. The US agent goes down, Ultron's coming in, very solid character for VonDitto. Ooh, and punishes the whiffed Optic Blast. Optic Blast is a very solid zoning tool, but when you're wrong, you can die for it. Both of them going through some challenges. But it looks like VonDitto accomplishes over their challenges first, kills off Cyclops, and still has X-Factor available to try and deal with the 10 bazillion health left by Ultron. What a great cross by Edsadiet, and has made the adjustment. There was Quatsi has posted a better Onslaught combo, and I'm not doing it yet because I'm a fraud who hasn't gotten to practice, but Edsadiet already making the adjustments, making the way they play the game better. Jeez, that was some fast death on Moonstone there.
Yes.
Okay, so Edsadiet, even in challenging situations, gets around, but ShinyVonDitto, this time snapping in the Onslaught, felt that that character was too much of a problem, but now, unless X-Factors, the Onslaught is definitely not dying in one hit. Oh, putting some stuff on screen, and now US Agent's taking some damage in the process, going to hit with the quarter circle forward H, but great stuff by ShinyVonDitto, goes into the X Factor. This is going to be enough to kill Onslaught if the combo is completed. And with that, it is Onslaught goes down. Do you think that snapping was the solution? Oh, but Cyclops. Oh, she couldn't DHC in yet. That was very unfortunate for Ed, but because of that, ends up saving Meter, which is even more fortunate. Let's see how VonDitto tries to use the superior movement on his team to make this work. Oh, going into the beam. And now has access to the Cyclops assist with the Saki, but Saki gets caught by the Tri-Jump S. She's not a high life character. Good snap again by the ShinyVonDitto. I don't know if Cyclops dies off of this, but he's in a scary situation at least.
Indeed.
And the happy birthday. This is looking like what was needed, and that's the end of X Factor. And Edsadiet clears it out real quick. Bullets doing exactly what they need to, both to the assist and to the point character. That Edsadiet, he's a good shooter. I think that he's one of those ones that you see the 6 targets pop up and then you just see them all go down at the same time because his shooting was so on point. Edsadiet sending, going with the Yun on point, playing one of the new characters, Xeno also with the new character in Juri, but we've seen a decent amount of the Xeno Juri in these last couple weeks, and Hamon has definitely been investing in more and more of the Yun. Okay, both of them getting set up, but it looks like Hamon manages to push Xeno to the corner first, has access to hit, but then doesn't quite get the confirm. This time gets a happy birthday, but Leon gets out. Juri stays in and now has to handle this mix. The Yun footsies have definitely been working out. Juri is getting hit, but the Ganajin didn't actually confirm, and because of that, now Xeno gets to keep his Juri alive, but not for very long. Leon coming in. Oh, getting some bullets on screen. Yun has some things to get around it. He does have that shoulder. The shoulder will go through projectile, but the shoulder doesn't go full screen, so he still needs to be respectful when Leon's shooting him at that range.
And use that install.
In this install, she's faster, her damage is up, and she has a double air dash, and on top of that, she auto-corrects with her air dash. Okay, getting some things on screen. Let's see if Hamon's movement ends up using the Yun powered up assist in Ganajin mode, but doesn't get the confirm, and now Moonstone pushing Leon into the corner, but Red She-Hulk with 4 meters may be exactly what he's looking for. Oh no, didn't have the assist available for some reason? Rifle connects, but doesn't believe. The rifle stops her out of the beam. Great stuff to Xeno, making it with this Leon. A large comeback from a very devastating start by Hamon's advanced pressure.
Good conditioning. Just need to keep him from putting up any Red She-Hulk until the end of X Factor.
Oh, she gets another chance to live, though.
Oh, nice bait.
Also, Kevin has the opportunity to have a whole day cuddling Truffy. I think that he knows what he should be doing on that day. Other options can wait, whatever they may be. Oh, gets the hit off of the missiles, but doesn't have a high enough hitbox. I think Jump Heavy would have worked there. Goes for the arm, but X Factor is out. Goes for the additional arm, but Hamon is ready to block, and with that, Hamon is going to finish off Red She-Hulk and take the game over Xeno. Okay. Ooh, and the projectile from Juri was able to protect against that assist, keeping it from getting started. Good stuff by Xeno, but Hamon very consistently getting these normals with Yun to make some impacts and do some damage. This is the happy birthday. It could potentially be the end of both of these characters. Oh, but the missiles messed it up! But not for long. Ganajin activated, and into Moonstone install as well. Leon goes down, but is this still a plan A for Xeno? The command throw!
Is there an X Factor rat that kills this? Maybe
Probably.
that.
Oh, if you hit the down TAC, probably. But I don't think Red She-Hulk's gonna die here, and not killing Red She-Hulk is exactly how you lose games against Xeno. So let's see what Hamon does to deal with Soul Bad Girl. Got over the Gunflame. Gunflame's coming out like the Bandit Bringer.
Sacrificial Yun.
Moonstone ate a chunk there, but Yun gets the confirm off of dive kick. Has so much air hit stun, makes it work out. But now X Factor out for Xeno. And with that, Hamon, solid pressure each of these games, making it happen. And even though Xeno's getting to that Red She-Hulk, isn't getting the opportunity to get started in neutral, the invulnerability hasn't been working out for punishing Hamon. He's been either moving around it or blocking in time. And it just has been a threat. But it looks like Xeno says, it is no longer time for Juri. That lady's a little crazy. Let's go with the Bigot Bot instead. Oh no, no Bigot Bot. What adjustment do you think's happening here, Tim?
First I was going to be Sentinel, but your Orange Hulk.
Oh, Orange Hulk.
That's
Okay.
interesting, yeah.
Yeah, I could see Orange Hulk having interesting interactions with Yun. If he trades, there's lots of bounces going on. He has bigger buttons than Yun by a lot. They aren't as fast, but he could be quite aggressive, and his movement is substantially better than Yun's because he has access to air specials that manipulate his behavior. But great air throw by Hamon. The confirm is on deck. But Orange Hulk doesn't really take any damage from that, which is favorable for him. Oh, gets to hit both Yun and Moonstone. She is bleeding something fierce. But so is Leon now. Went for the TAC, and the command throw was there, but it was too early. Wizard Tim, would you have been hit by that command throw?
Yes, ma'am.
Same here. That is one of those things where I would not... Oh no, the command throw was too far away. TAC, but Xeno is ready. Oh no, she didn't get the confirm, and because of that, Yun lives. And now Xeno is meterless while Hamon gets that install activated. Has the invulnerability on there to beat her 5M. Dry tag works out and has the potential to mix up. Yun doesn't quite get it, but now Yun is left at a pixel, is within chip range. Pixel Orange Hulk, but he's gotten back a decent amount of life for Red She-Hulk. She's not going to die instantly on coming in. But she does die instantly on coming in. I lied. Okay, Leon can do this. Leon can 100% do this. Do you think we'll see any no thanks, bro?
I don't think Hamon's giving him a lot of opportunities at the moment. Just taking it as slow as he can.
That confirming Shadow Lady is not dead. Spend the meter, friend. It's worth it. Wake Up S works with all characters to some degree, it feels. Okay, what does Yun do to try and get around these guns? Is just doing some wall jumps, using dive kicks, gets the hit on Leon. Is Hamon going to be able to close this out 3-0? And with that, Hamon playing on point, getting the job done, and eliminating Xeno from the bracket. Nice work to Xeno in placing top 6. I think that they tied for 5th there. I'm going to have to hop off in order to play my match against BLACKxAKATSUKI. Good luck and have fun, BLACKxAKATSUKI.
And more and more.
Ready? Fight!
And Akatsuki choosing to run Talbain on the front and just rely on these assists to hold the offense forward. Isicera making a good choice of using the HUNK to just tear apart a lot of these assist calls and slow the offense. Akatsuki going to let it rip early. Defending his bar, realizing that they can take advantage of Isicera's own X Factor running out here. But oh, a tragic miss gives it back to Isicera. Second cannon release into gunshot, just enough of the burst output there. Isicera ready for that release of the gunfire here, just relying on the assist to do a lot of the talking here. Prepared for the punish. Doesn't have X, so they're just going to take as much damage as they can. Going to fall probably just short of that second bar after the scaling. Ooh, grenade prepared to eat the assist here, but good swing. Akatsuki finally finding what they wanted. The respect here. It is better to put themselves into bankrupt and start these situational mix-ups than it was just to wait and hopefully got a simple kill. They're going to take advantage of their own resources, catches the assist, puts it into the drone pressure. And the key factor allowed by Onslaught is those kinds of utility situations. Ooh, catches on the slide, and things looking bad. things coming back together. Isicera takes one.
Ready? Fight! Advancing guard.
There's a lot of respect you have to give this team. You can see that Akatsuki is shifting their options. You're seeing more backdashes, more rush in lights. It really looked like it was a good call out to try and take care of the bullets, but Isicera is still finding a fantastic hit here. I'm going to take the rest of this off with the Dark Force extension. Ooh, good cross under walk. Unable to get the full confirm, but that is a nice amount of starting damage. Landing just above his head. A problem spot for this character in general. Akatsuki slows it down, picks up on the top of the super, gonna get a little bit of time to move in for his mix, calls the drone. You can see a lot of fundamentals of Akatsuki just taking back what he could of his super bar. Isicera going to take the actual hit and lead this combo. Using the forward advancing version, gets the whole reps. Just an insane amount of damage. Respect for the grenade, has to slow down the offense. HUNK forced to block. A lot of great advances from Akatsuki, but once again, Isicera puts up the net and catches the push.
Ready? Fight!
Fantastic swing, half of her life already gone in a flash. And Isicera sitting on a nice nest egg of bar. You get one more extend here into the super, into the Talbain. Looks like they didn't want to get that into the Dark Force, but going to make the most of this. Knew they could punish the situation. And Jill got slapped pretty bad earlier, still gonna have a lot of damage on her. Ooh. A little bit of a drop, still able to use the multi-hitting beast cannon to get that chip they needed. And Bulldog, no pun intended, into there. Multiple punishing on the tag here. This X Factor just not going to be as problematic as it should have been, as Isicera just so ready to deal with it. Oh, just fell short, and that X Factor keeping Ultron alive there. Took a risk, didn't pay off. No life, no X Factor, into the blender.
Player one wins.
There we go. Akatsuki going to be playing the winner of the Hamon.
In between Blaze Green players and Marvel 3 players, there appear to be a lot. Okay, but how do you feel about... I feel like Saki, she has a lot of tools to keep Yun out, but Yun's buttons when he's close to her are so much scarier than all of her normals. So I'm curious to see... Oh, Hamon has just really been getting in there with those dive kicks. He's been winning footsies with them very consistently. Good placement of them. But Ed, do they have the combo? Does this protect from the missiles? No, some of them still hit her head. I like the intermittent blocking there. You see that, Wizard Tid?
Yeah, I'm fascinated slightly by the course of action, but you can see both players starting to get into their groove. Oh, not able to kill off of this.
Double TAC?
Maybe.
And this could kill. Goes into install. Oh! And nice use of the rush punch assist, but now all characters are alive on both teams after looking like situations where there could be deaths on either one. This is amazing. I feel like this bracket has been the bracket of people saving their characters. Has that been true, Wizard Tid?
Considering we just saw Cyclops get left out for the worms, I'm not so sure about that.
Okay, maybe not Edsadiet. The Blaze Green players are saving their characters very, very consistently. But Saki going down, and now 3 characters to 1. But Edsadiet's Onslaught, definitely a thing that could take out entire teams, especially
Like
when
this?
he happy birthdays, but doesn't have the confirm on deck. Went for the force field, but it wasn't the right read.
Gonna have to X this, I think. Oh, no chance.
Follow-up. Doesn't decide to invest X, but does get the meter out of Edsadiet. Now, this is looking good for Hamon. I think he could get the kill. Invest the X Factor at a nice, reasonable time, and is going to be able to kill off Onslaught.
Player 1 wins.
Before I really get mad.
So with that, Hamon taking the first game, it looked like they were in advantage for a lot of that run, and Ed was starting to make the comeback with that happy birthday with Onslaught, but didn't have the confirm they needed to win the game. And Hamon has just been doing such a good job of pushing Saki back into the corner and then making her life very challenging. But now, on the opposite side of the screen, will she be able to do the same to Yun? Getting some grenades on screen. And chipping Yun for a chunk of his life bar. That's gonna go under, right? Wait, it hit it Onslaught and it still hit Saki?
I'm
was not
slightly
anticipating
perplexed. Counter into beam, going to catch everyone but Hamon, almost sneaking past that.
Oh, X Factor used but not leading to a kill. This is a scary situation for Ed because Hamon will take advantage of this situation. He is well known for being able to play patient, especially when he has a lead with X and things like that. So let's see. That dive is going to take it though. Cyclops getting hit. Do you think the TAC is coming? And will it be broken?
Yeah, I think Hamon was over-committing to that option a bit too much. This one too. Still works
Can
for the
go
time
into
being.
Ganagin. Oh, believes that even without Ganagin, oh, the dry tag is not going to be worth it. Saki's going to get hit. That means a clean hit for Hamon. Oh, Saki gets a chance to live, but not for long. Cyclops, no X Factor available, using Super Optic Blast to get some work done, and kills off Wolverine Laura despite the lack of X. Good stuff by Edsadiet. Oh, putting stuff on screen, and going to kill off Yun, and Ganagin ran out, so he did build meter, but now, Hamon has the Dark Shadow Lady. She's actually the lightest skinned Shadow Lady I've seen, but she happens to also be dark because she has X Factor 3 available. Getting in there, hits Onslaught, but doesn't overcommit, trying to make sure that Cyclops can't get the punish on her. Ooh, and gets the confirm on Cyclops. Things are looking good for Hamon here, has install activated. The H doesn't come out at that height. It was not able to confirm it, but now this is looking like an opportunity for Hamon to finish it off.
Oh no! Looking good. Could be a lot worse now.
This is very possible for both players. Throwing out some drones. But X Factor now out for Hamon. Oh, the missiles went both directions. It was exactly what Hamon needed. And now goes up 2-0 against Edsadiet, trying to punch in their ticket to Learners Finals where they would fight BLACKxAKATSUKI. Do you think Ed can make the adjustment here? They've been getting pressured by Yun real hard for a lot of this.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of good overall actions against rushdown characters like what we're seeing Ed do now. I actually think he's just always running out of resources for Onslaught too early.
Ooh, that dive kick was on point, but the confirm was not there. Missiles coming out, but looks like Ed was trying to hold
this
up.
is a bad look.
Oh, did they fell out under? No, managed to catch both, and now Cyclops going... Oh, the missiles are going to catch him, and that means Onslaught comes in against his full team.
Yun taking a grip to his face there.
Is this enough to kill?
Oh,
It's
the
not.
scaling.
But
Nice
the
call out.
chip is. Wolverine Laura, Dark Anchor. We don't have a ton of Dark Anchors in modded, but she is one of them. But Dark Anchors need to hit the ground in order to play, and she got mixed. Edsadiet, is this the beginning of a comeback, Wizard Tid? Was able to get some advantage. Saki was not dying instantly. Oh, but this time Saki getting hit again. twice to protect their space.
Oh my god, Hamon's timings and positionings, those assists just getting better as he starts to read the Saki moves. Missiles makes it everything a reset situation.
Agent activated, and Legacy trigger.
Oh, the cross-up was perfect, idea-wise.
Oh gosh, Shadow Lady is going to die. That was a good read by Edsadiet, and it looks like Hamon missed their dash, but has the happy birthday.
A rush just gets a lot of free resources on that.
Do they X? The X is not available in time. Hamon gets the hit, goes into the follow-up. Onslaught is still very much alive. Thought the hit but didn't believe, had a different attack come out instead of the one that would win, and now is in a situation where there is no meter available for Hamon, but they don't get comboed there and get mixed instead. This looks like it might be the beginning of an Edsadiet comeback.
Wait. May live
Not
to
if you
regret
don't
that.
spend meter. How do you feel about not spending meter to kill a character that has been killing your characters, Wizard Tim?
3 words, just do it.
Yeah, in Marvel, it's not like after the game ends, you are able to like put your meter in a 401k or any of that. You just need to hold it. You don't get anything afterwards. Make sure
What
to
a worse
use the
game
meter.
it would be if you got extra ranked points for stealthing meter at the end of the round.
Oh my gosh.
What a worse game.
But Hamon has an answer here. If Ed overknits, he could use the Weapon X Prime. But if Ed just gets some good chip in, this could be the end of Hamon. But now, X Factor done. The Ed no longer in the range that he could chip. But this is going to be just outside the range of killing Cyclops. Is he going to die to chip afterwards?
I think you can just talent into super to kill there. That works. And Hamon punches a ticket.
Going on into the Learners Finals and eliminating Edsadiet from the bracket. Nice work to Ed making it to top 4 with their brand new Saki and doing damage with it. But
they'll stick with them.
Magical Maestros, but I would be curious to see who has the best blinks. Oh, and the Stranger is coming out on point. Going with those air dashes into palms and has the eyes on deck. Eye is very good at keeping Spider-Gwen from being able to just like harass for free. But Hamon making good use of these missiles until he gets thrown. And when you get thrown by Stranger, you eat a lot of damage. You think Spider-Gwen's just dead here?
I do think so. He's going to have like close to 3 bars and change. And can get the loops to make up that little difference in meter each time. Yeah, this is Gil.
1 bar spent, 2 bars spent, and only needs to spend 2 bars.
Ooh, that works every time. Factor for consistency.
Oh, but
small
now
characters
she
can
gets
fall.
out. Oh, but he drops as well. He's too tall. No X Factor invested for Hamon, but it looks like BLACKxAKATSUKI does not get the confirm. Beam on deck. And into the trigger. Getting in there. Good blocks from BLACKxAKATSUKI. And great protecting themselves with the assist.
The last ring was going to cover, and those missiles still striking, and they get by.
Talbain eating so much damage here, and Hamon manages to also get Wolverine Laura out with Shadow Lady on point. X Factor's available, but no meter on deck in order to do scary things.
Good block.
We're seeing lots of the hop normal in order to go for overheads here by BLACKxAKATSUKI, but Hamon just playing patient, staying mainly in the air where they cannot be overheaded. Is this gonna kill? It's gonna kill, but I think that... Oh no, Shadow Lady did something. I thought that was just gonna kill the assist and then S.T.A.R.S Jill would die, but looks like Shadow Lady must have been pressing a button, didn't believe it, and didn't X-Factor to save herself. But now Hamon getting the first clean hit on Stranger for game 2. TAC side? Okay. Stranger lives though. I do not like the fact that Stranger lives because I have died to BLACKxAKATSUKI Stranger many times, but maybe it's okay for Hamon.
Nice answer.
And
Get
invest
back
the
back
X
to life.
Factor. And with that, going to kill off Wolverine Laura. Lets the grenades come down, and now Hamon with the X Factor advantage, but his character gets mixed hard by BLACKxAKATSUKI. That cross up into the corner hurts.
Trying to get a
Almost a
reset
happy
there.
birthday. Ooh, great footsies by Hamon here, but there had still been Grace on the screen, and because of that, got the version Flames of the Fall team that went all the way up to Super Jump. Too high in the air. Ooh, those missiles did a chunk on S.T.A.R.S Jill, but now Hamon out of meter, gets the confirm, but then presses S early enough that they can't get up there for the launch. Kills off S.T.A.R.S Jill. Throwing out the dragons. And now Shadow Lady may be dead. Shadow Lady gets another chance to play. And has meter on deck. Spider-Gwen definitely getting out here. But now, no more meter for snipes available. Goes for a dry tag. That is quite a maneuver. Didn't get the punish, but now there is a scramble situation. Hamon does have the X Factor, but will they be able to turn it into something? BLACKxAKATSUKI getting a lot more hits in neutral despite the speed disadvantage going on here. Throwing out some things, the pressure's in the corner, got the hit, but then Stranger saving the day for Talbain.
This is a lot of cautious maneuvering for both players right now.
Shadow Lady's still alive, beam coming out, and gets the hit with it, but there's no DHC available because the meter is gone. Gets the wall bounce, but doesn't have the confirm afterwards. Oh,
Kubota
uses
escape
the
at the
Kubota
perfect
escape.
time.
But Hamon's still staying in this. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. Gets out Shadow Lady, so she'll get back her red life. But needs to get a hit pretty immediately if they want to make this happen. But BLACKxAKATSUKI gets the hit instead. What do they do in order to minimize the challenges here?
Yeah, the super. Just slow it down.
And with that, BLACKxAKATSUKI up 2-0 against Hamon. Is Hamon staying with the same team? I think that they're very solid with this team. And decides to stick with it. The Stranger has been working very well in both the Spider-Gwen and the Laura matchups, just to avoid some of this randomness, putting the Eyes of Agamotto on there, and then killing characters dead when he gets hits on them. Good stuff from BLACKxAKATSUKI. Ooh, gets to the other side. That looked very scary for both players. This time Hamon gets the hit, has the ground bounce, has meter available. What do? They go for super number 1. And it's enough to kill.
Make the most of what you got off that touch.
Okay, Hamon activating Legacy Trigger, I like it. Along with having improved tools for neutral, it also means that Wolverine Laura is recovering life. So it gives her the opportunity to be a little bit more favorable. But BLACKxAKATSUKI gets the hit and the drop is unfortunate. Drop unfortunate for both of them, though. Character's still alive after many people got touched. This is looking scary for both of them. Wolverine Laura goes down. X Factor about to be out for BLACKxAKATSUKI. And Hamon has the hit going into super number 1. Missile Super will OTG here, and with X Factor could definitely kill.
That makes it even easier. Never mind. Hit it harder.
Oh, and BLACKxAKATSUKI gets out of there. That's not going to punish the Spider-Gwen assist, but in the situation, Talbain dies, and now it's all up to S.T.A.R.S Jill, but that's the best character for it to be up to. She could play defensively, she could play offensively, and Hamon trying to make sure she doesn't play at all if he could help it.
Oh, man.
But BLACKxAKATSUKI can't help it until he gets caught by it. No, he doesn't! The beam catches S.T.A.R.S Jill, left it a pixel. Left it more than a pixel. But she gets under. This is potentially going to be enough to kill some Shadow Lady.
One last extension, and that looks like it's going to be real close now.
I don't think that's enough. I think she barely lives.
Ooh, that could have been so bad if that assist got hit there.
And the meter got taken.
Ooh, risky.
Didn't get the punish. Putting some bullets on screen. This is so scary because BLACKxAKATSUKI can't just super because on block they will die. But the footsies from Hamon getting the win, and now it's 2-1. Hamon, is he starting to make this comeback?
Things are looking much better. We are seeing just a little bit more patience and a lot more willingness to look for spots where they can zone out Akatsuki's characters. Gets the extend off the assist.
Oh, but she
no
was too
access to
high
it.
for the 6H. Getting around that Eye of Agamotto, trying to make sure that they don't just run into hitboxes.
Keeps it safe.
Is this going to hit the assist? It does, and leaves Wolverine Lore at dead, but because of it, Talbain's getting hit, and getting hit while you're in X Factor is extra rough. Lore went down, but Shadow Lady could still DHC here if desired.
And that's all of X. But I guess Akatsuki can just take this character team advantage.
And BLACKxAKATSUKI, oh, the tag after the missiles gets a hit on S.T.A.R.S Jill in the back. And Talbain dies too. Now this is looking in Hamon's favor. Even though he has a slight life disadvantage and a meter disadvantage, he has pressure in the corner and has the throw.
Suddenly, Stranger just can't get any hits. Okay, going to utilize supers. Smart, make use of the resources. Oh, a heartbreaking fail to commit there.
The missiles coming out. Going to be able to catch her for a chunk of her life there. And now, accidental alpha counter into S.T.A.R.S Jill. That looks like a tragedy for... Oh, but no X Factor invested.
Suddenly, it happens. Oh, look at these defenses.
Oh, hits both characters? And Stranger goes down. Doesn't fall into a mix. That is very fortunate for Hamon, but this is looking scary for BLACKxAKATSUKI. Just trying to play patient with S.T.A.R.S Jill, get in there. Throwing out missiles.
Oh, overcommit.
Looked like they thought they may be able to get in there for the throw or something, but didn't have it quite there. Now it's 2-2 between BLACKxAKATSUKI and Hamon. Throw on deck, but confirm is not the same as it used to be, so unable to get anything off of it there. But all of these little exchanges, it feels like Spider-Gwen is getting a lot of little exchanges in her favor.
Whoa. Such a fast character. Just trying to get a hit on Stranger, never working out.
And it looks like Stranger's going down. Talbain and S.T.A.R.S Jill, very solid duo though, can 100% make this happen. But if I were Hamon right now, I would be a little conscious about how I summon my assist because BLACKxAKATSUKI is so good at killing them.
And Dragon Cannon has proven to be a fantastic low commit into the resources.
But it looks like Talbain getting hit here. Is he going to die? TAC up! Is this going to be the end of Talbain? I think he survives even with this DHC available unless X Factor gets used. Going for a little bit of chip. Oh, does not get the hit, but S.T.A.R.S Jill does. This was looking very favorable for Hamon, and now BLACKxAKATSUKI in a situation to make it work.
Oh, I think they wanted to DH into Dark Force there, but didn't get it.
And the trade? Gets the hit, and with that, BLACKxAKATSUKI very much back in this, getting Talbain out so he could recover some life, and going to try and play S.T.A.R.S Jill against Spider-Gwen.
Got the assist. That is itself a major part of this fight. Tried to set up the cross up there.
X Factor on both sides. And scrambles went scrambly for both of them. This is going to catch for so much damage.
Venom Fang, very powerful in the situation.
I think Miss Beam would have just killed there, but now X Factor out for BLACKxAKATSUKI has a substantial life disadvantage, but his characters on hit can do lots of damage, so off of a good confirm can definitely make this happen, but Hamon gets touched. This is potentially the end of Shadow Lady, building up those resources for it. And And with that, this is going to be 1 bar. I think another bar needs to get spent. Uses it on the dragons, and now it's all up to Spider-Gwen against these 2 characters.
Oh my god, that pickup was clutch. He needed it the exact second for that to work out, and it did. Oh, but a drop.
Ooh, the hits
Now,
on deck.
There's
This
no
could definitely go
resources.
either way.
So 9 seconds.
That's in
He can't
there.
just hang back. Doesn't even have to finish this combo. Just needs the beast cannon around the stage like that. He's looking for a super. The minute he gets a super, he can run away for good by just unleashing beast cannon super. Dragon cannon also helps here, and there you go. Complete another lockdown on the clock.
Brilliant work by BLACKxAKATSUKI in staying out of harm's way for so long, and Hamon was chasing but just couldn't quite get the catch. Really great stuff by both players. Hamon almost bringing it back, but BLACKxAKATSUKI with the Talbain and Jill doing the work, and Stranger doing his job as well. I'm gonna hop off and order.
When you're going up against something like Isicera's team, I said HUNK is the big buffer. It builds the meter and likely tries to take out your point character. At that point, she's going to rely heavily on just putting Talbain back with Onslaught. You can put in a character that does pretty well against the HUNK. You can start to take apart the team before it starts. And just like that, X Factor making one amazing decision into another right now. Going to chunk that last little bit here. Oh, not a chance. I means Isicera keeps her neutral assist. And finds a nice little connection without recalling the assist. Onslaught still gaining back health. Isicera just looking to put on offense in situations like that. Gets another good one here. Sarah has the ability to spend, get that last little bit, and in to Dark Force. And plays it through nicely. Onslaught still healing. Now, Katsuki doesn't have that X situation, does have 5 bars, and Isicera has X Factor. At this point, the perfect situation. If she drops the combo, Onslaught gonna have a lot of health back. If she doesn't, it is death. The first one goes to Isicera. Realistically, it is a lot of the power in this Ultron, however, once again, not able to get things started. Isicera shifting into the high gears here. Momentum finally moving. Akatsuki going to put on a lot of damage onto this HUNK. Doesn't really want them to keep moving and can do the same thing back. These supers both perfect for this setup. And furious Talbain on Talbain action, putting us into the mirror match. Whoever wins, it's going to be a dong-gone experience. Oh my gosh, just swinging everywhere. Yeah, see, nice adjustment, taking the corner here. Ooh. Let it rip. Isicera does have 5 bars, but there doesn't seem to be a good place to spend it right now. Escaping the Onslaught assist. I feel like at some point we'll see a Beast Cannon DHC if things don't keep going well. Dark Force after the beam. Beast Cannon into the Onslaught. Blow down the screen, hovering it. Ooh, challenging on that. Akatsuki only gonna have 1 bar, so may not have an easy extension to get the kill here, but Isicera not able to chase. That stuffs the assist. Gonna use the beam, just get some chip here. Back into the Dark Force. Both players utilizing this particular setup on different characters. Breaking the guard with the rush power here. Oh, thought they could chip. Dragon Cannon to get out here. Onslaught just dodging in the tail of the flame. Now, Akatsuki first to let X Factor go, and now doesn't have it anymore. So Sarah has a little bit of a runway to let hers go now, but still probably wants to kill a character before they let it rip. Had to do it right there, realizing there was no way out. And gets to a momentous shift just in time. Tried an anti-air, a little weird there. And actually going to lose Talbain for that. Onslaught versus Talbain, 3 bars to 2. Yeah, a little over-optimistic on the drones, not punished too hard. You can see Akatsuki feeling very confident that they have the answer in this matchup now. Runs into the slamming fist, and with 6 seconds left on the clock, Isicera can either turtle, or they can get the kill here. Clutch level 3, no good, and Isicera taking another one. This one a lot closer. With HUNK starting it off with a throw. Not able to kill in one go, but this is the start of the resource high that Isicera needs to land on if they want to keep this team moving. Oh, that assist ruins it. Caught by the assist. Jill, annoyingly pushing him just high enough, but that didn't properly confirm. Now both players struggling to get their combos to land the way they want them. This time Isicera gets a nice clean... I lied. Clean reset for sure, though. Goes for the cross under, executing all of the 50-50 options available. Has access to the level 3, or can just take it all the way to the Dark Force Extend. Didn't get it. But it's fine. Isicera prepared and ready. Has access to the 50-50, or can go for another meaty. Had grenade if that didn't work with the gunshot. Ooh, and risky, but still productive. Oh my god. That drop on the X Factor, just a little weird. Now Akatsuki going to have to fight with his life, gets thrown, and this is likely to be an easy super confirm. Putting Isicera on the grand podium. Those matches may have been mostly pretty fast, but they were certainly not calm. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. And this is honestly a collaborative effort because my Talbain